Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Idaho.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
May I offer you one of our finest selections? Delicious, rich in protein, and locally produced right here in Idaho. Excellent choice, sir.
Satisfied viewing customer, I'll send.
Dad's home.
I'm home.
Did you get the good stuff?
He's bringing it up. He's going in. He scores!
Idaho's 529 can be used at any in-state or out-of-state 2- or 4-year college or university. Can be used at a trade school for an apprenticeship.
Whatever it is that your kid is interested in, that's available for them to use the fund.
I really like the flexibility. It gives Wild the opportunity to pursue a whole array of training.
So whatever your child's passion is, you can support that.
To learn more, go to idsaves.org.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
It's that time again. Time to get the health insurance you need for next year. Open enrollment is the time for you to enroll in, renew, or change your coverage. At Your Health Idaho, you can save money with a tax credit on the plan that's best for you and your family. Don't wait. Open enrollment ends December 15th. More coverage, less cost. Only at yourhealthidaho.org. Enroll by December 15th.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Good evening and welcome into this IdahoSports.com game stream production of the 2025 Idaho High School Football Playoffs on the NFHS Network. This postseason broadcast is presented by Project Filter, your local Toyota dealer, Your Health Idaho, Next Steps Idaho, Ideal Idaho's College Savings Program, the Idaho Bowl, Valleywide Cooperative, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Well, good evening from Fruitland, just a stone's throw away from the Oregon border. It's a 3A matchup here. Lucas Gebhardt alongside Ryan Luke here tonight for this 8 top seed matchup, 1-8 matchup we have here in the 4A bracket. We have Fruitland, who is undefeated, 9-0, coming off a bye against Buhl, who's 6-3 entering this playoff match, coming off a 45-19 win against McCall last week. This is a Fruitland team that is loaded. Big 12 guy on their offensive line, Kelvin Olbott, top-rated recruit in the state of Idaho, 4-star recruit. And they also got a quarterback that can sling it all over the yard.
Yeah, Titus Vidlak is the guy that you're talking about. And you know, he has a bit of a pedigree. He has an older brother that is a D1, plays at Stephen F. Austin, and he is, you know, the Maxwell, which is the equivalent to the Heisman, Maxwell watch list, and doing great things there. And actually, guess who has an offer from Stephen F. Austin to play football? That would be Vidlak himself as well. Obviously loving that. And you look at this Fruitland team, and Fruitland had it last year, and they played well. And we're talking about in the 4A conference, in the 4A division, this conference is the equivalent of the SEC, well, maybe the Big Ten, right, in terms of the champions, but maybe the SEC because they haven't produced the champion just yet. This could be the team to knock off Sugar Salem. Sugar Salem coming off a 3-time defending state champions. And I'm telling you, the west side of this state is eager to get over and beat the east side of the state, and this is the team that could do it.
Yeah, Fruitland 9-0 coming into this game. They have the highest, best offense in the 4A classification, scoring 44 points a game. No other offense in the state is averaging more points per game than Fruitland. And you talked about that conference. You have 9-0 Fruitland, which obviously won the district. You have 8-1 Homedale, 6-4 Weiser. Those two teams play each other tonight. Also state quarterfinals teams. You also have McCall, whom Buhl beat last week at a 5-5 record. In 5th place, you have a Coal Valley Christian team that went 4-5. No slouch either towards the bottom of that conference. And then you have Payette, who went 3-6. That's your conference right there.
That's your conference, and it's a great conference. It's deep, right? And these teams cannibalize each other. This happens every year. You see it in major college football. SEC does that. The Big Ten does it. Well, this conference, Snake River Conference, does that. And Fruitland happened to be the cream of the crop this year. Homedale coming in a close second. Obviously, they were not the top seed coming out of here, but Homedale and Weiser playing just down the road. But this matchup, if we're going to flip the script a little bit now, talk a little bit about Buhl, this is a tough matchup to come across the state, show up here in western Idaho, like you said, a stone's throw away from the Oregon border, and to play a team that is loaded. And they've been building to this. And it's not just loaded this year, but Fruitland's been building towards this moment this year for probably the last 3 years.
Yep. I mean, this is Vidlak. I think he's a senior, right?
Junior.
Okay,
yep.
So he's got one more year, but you're right. He started as a freshman.
Yep.
Played as a freshman, played as a sophomore. Here they are in their junior season. So let's go ahead and talk about Buhl. This is a team that, you know, unlike Fruitland that can throw the ball all over the field, Buhl's more of a ball control team. They have a quarterback that's thrown for about 1,500 yards and a running back at Dallas Price, who's run for 850 yards, averages just under 100 yards per game, 13 touchdowns. The key for Buhl here is ball control. Keep the ball in their possession, keep that Fruitland offense on the sideline.
You hit the nail on the head, and they have to be able to run the ball effectively and convert on third down because they're going to be in third down all night long. I mean, it's called like it is. This defense from Fruitland is very good. So if they can convert on third down, keep a hold of the ball, eat some clock. Don't allow that explosive offense with Vidlak, and we barely even touched on Kelvin Obot. But, you know, don't allow Vidlak to just do what he does. And by the way, he's dual threat. I mean, he could beat you with his legs. He's going to beat you with his arm as well. And so for Buhl, it's ball control, keep it in their hands, and do what they do best. The big thing that you're going to have to worry about is they got to take the opening punch, the salvo, if you will, because Fruitland's going to come out and they're going to pop one. They're going to get a score. And then how do you react to that if you're Buhl?
You see the opening coin toss taking place at midfield. Fruitland will get the ball first. And so Fruitland's going to be wearing their not all black uniforms, orange pants, black uniforms for Fruitland tonight with the black helmets. And the exact opposite for Buhl, black pants, white jerseys, orange helmets, orange numbers for Buhl. I want to thank today's power boosters out of Buhl. We have the Roof Resource, True Leap Technologies, Vitaglow, Idaho, and Farmers Funeral Chapel out of Buhl. Out of Fruitland, Farmers Mutual Telephone, Overhead Door Company, Dr. Eric Dolly, Famous Dentistry, Big Insurance, and Steve's Hometown Dealerships. So here we go, state quarterfinals in the 4A classification, Idaho High School Football State Playoffs here on IdahoSports.com and the NFHS networks. Lucas Gephardt and Ryan Luke bringing you coverage of this game tonight. Buhl's going to kick things away to start things.
You know, Lucas, I just love the atmosphere. You come to these one school towns, and it's Friday Night Lights, and everybody gets up for it, and the town comes here, and you can see them. They're still packing it in here in Fruitland, and it's such a good environment. If you don't get a chance, you got to go to one of these schools. 4A football in the state of Idaho is good football, and then you piggyback that with this type of environment, and it's fantastic. I'm looking over, and I'm seeing a ton of Buhl fans as well. I mean, they made the, 3.5, 4 hour trek to get here.
It's an hour from Boise. You and I know that. Off we go here from Fruitland. End over end kick is away at the 9, and dropping this and regathering it is Spencer Tracy, the return man, and Tracy's off to the races. He's got a blocker and hits the 50, still on his feet to the 40. Here comes a flag back at the 45. So this one might be coming back, but an explosive play to start things here for Fruitland.
Yeah, probably going to be a block in the back, and Tracy just following his blockers. In fact, it happens more often than not, but when the ball is bobbled, the defense, they scramble and they break their lanes and they go after the ball. And Tracy, and what happens when it gets cold? That ball gets a little slick, right? The condensation, and you saw that slip through his hands. And I'm telling you, it was a fortuitous bobble because it created some lanes. And even with the block in the back, still fantastic return out to the 45-yard line.
So we'll see where they spot this. They're going to spot it from Fruitland's own 45. So that is where this offense will start its first possession of the night. Fruitland, again, the highest scoring offense in the 4A classification. They score 44 points per game, have eclipsed the 50 mark on 3 different occasions throughout the year. They're going to stack trips out to the left. Shotgun set for Vidlak. They throw a screen pass near side, caught. Picking up some blockers across the 40 and down across midfield down to the 41. On the reception is going to be Brant Fisher.
Yeah, Fisher, they just stacked. It's man-to-man coverage right off the bat, and you want that all day long. 2 blockers in front of you, and they got a good sealed their man, and actually Fisher's man got sealed behind them. He was able to bring it upfield, and just a simple play. Not much there. Offensive line not asked to do a lot so far.
So 1st and 10 now from the 41. Second play from scrimmage. They'll go on the ground, and they'll pick up 5, maybe 6 yards. Killian Wilson, the lead back for this Fruitland offense, averages 92 yards a game, 831 yards entering the night on the season.
Yeah, I like Williams. I like the way he runs. He's a bit of a scat back, that low center of gravity, and all he does is just get behind that big offensive line. And kind of tough to see him. I mean, visual, got to put a beat on him, man. Not able to do that.
2nd and 4 following the 6-yard pickup. Play action. Vidlak, plenty of time, has a man open in the end zone, and it's dropped. They were looking for Joel Philpott.
Yeah, Philpott wide open, ran past the defensive back. Philpott showing the speed. Now, and I don't know if you can see it on film, but here where we are, that's the arm of a D1 quarterback. The way the ball popped out of his hand, it was a quick flick of the wrist, and he turned it over, meaning the nose of the ball pointed up, and then the nose of the ball pointed down, and just a drop pass. But again, we talked about Buhl's going to have to take the punch in the mouth right now and see how they respond.
It'll be a 3rd and 4. Play action. They're going to throw this one. This is going to be a first down. Philpott catches this one, and he's out to the 27.
So Sutton Fitch, the other receiver out there, was dangerously close to being called for a pick play. He almost started blocking his man, or actually it was Philpott's man, before the ball was even caught. Got to be careful with that. It was a great play call, but if he's going to do that, he just has to stop and post up, and like in basketball, have it be a screen or a pick.
So it'll be a fresh set of downs here for Fruitland. Spot the ball at the 26. Grizzlies get the play in from the near sideline. Seen why Fruitland got the top seed into these state playoffs. This offense is explosive. It's been on display so far tonight. 1st and 10. Stack trips out to the left. Screen pass again. This one just a little bit too far in front of the receiver, Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy, I'm going to say he kind of ran the wrong route. He needed to be cut in behind his blockers because that pass is designed for him to catch, make a pivot, make a plant, and come back towards the sideline. And he ran flat towards Vidlak, and Vidlak was leading him and just not able to connect.
10:19 to go, opening quarter, 2nd and 10 now. As Vidlak will now point his direct attention back to the line of scrimmage. Twins out to each side. Vidlak to throw. Quick pass is going to be caught down to the 20 and then pushed close to the out-of-bounds mark. It's Sutton Fitch on the reception.
Yeah, and it feels like, and again, I feel for Buhl having to come in and play this. And by the way, Buhl, no slouch of a team, going 7-2 on the year. Their only losses coming to Kimberly and American Falls. So these guys know how to play, and they play well. In fact, you and I talked about the return to the playoffs for the first time in, 3 or 4 years. And but having to come up against Fruitland, who looks like they can move the ball at will at this point.
Yeah, 5 different Grizzlies have caught passes so far today. Vidlak keeps this one. First down, steps out of a tackle. Vidlak to the end zone. Touchdown, Fruitland.
Vidlak showing off the legs there. He's elusive. I mean, he gets low and he shows that quick burst, and looks like they saved that. They don't have to run him if they don't want to, but such an integral part of this offense. Vidlak made a couple people miss, and he saw his explosiveness, his speed, when he took a cut to the outside, and that's just a fantastic part of this game. Now, he's going to double duty here now as the kicker, so, no big deal, right? In terms of scoring, I'm sure he leads the country.
I'm sure he does.
Because he's kicking everything and scoring everything.
Vidlak on for the point after here, and it is up, and it is good. So Vidlak gets all 7 points for Fruitland. For Vidlak, it's his 9th rushing touchdown of the season.
9th rushing touchdown. Since 1969, Kelly Oil in Buhl has been the area's most trusted provider for farm and home delivery of gas, diesel, and heating oils. They can deliver in cases, buckets, drums, and even bulk. If you have one of their fuel cards, stop by 1313 Main Street in Buhl or give them a call. All employees at Kelly Oil want to wish the Buhl boys good luck this weekend at the state playoffs, and they congratulate them on their great season. If you're in Buhl or the surrounding area, TrueLeap Technologies is the place for you to call for your internet service needs. Formerly Filer Mutual, they've been serving the Magic Valley since 1909 and are proud to bring you local internet from local people. Packages start at $49.95. They offer unlimited use of internet with no activation or installation fees. Be sure to follow TrueLeap Technologies on Facebook and Instagram, and give them a call today to sign up. And one more at Farmers Bank. They've been making life easier for families and businesses across the Magic Valley for over 100 years. Since 1917, they've been a tradition you can count on. They are proud to support the Buhl Indians. Check around, and you'll choose Farmers Bank. Go Indians!
So here comes the kick return here for Buhl. It's going to be wrapped up, thrown out of bounds by the kick returner, Dallas Price. He's also the running back for Buhl, and we talked about it in the open. Ryan, if Buhl is going to win this game, it's going to have to start with ball control. And this running back, Dallas Price, who has over 850 yards on the year.
Yeah, and Dallas Price, he's a good athlete. He's a good-looking athlete, and you can see the way he moves, carries the ball, handles himself well. He is going to have to go up against 6'6", 290 D1 recruit playing. We'll call him the right defensive end. And you look at that defensive line for Fruitland, and these boys look like they could be playing in the 6A marquee matchup tonight in some of those big games.
Helps when you have a future Big 12 tackle and defensive end going both ways for you, which is Calvin Olbott there for Fruitland. 1st and 10, I formation for Buhl. We'll hand this one off on 1st and 10, and this is going to push forward for about 2 yards there with Price.
And I like the play call. Porter Higley they call him an H-back or running back, but he moved and he shifted along, and you saw the double team on Olbott on that left side, and that's the side they run to, and they have a lot of faith in Higley. He's a big, strong kid as well, but double teaming Olbott all night is probably going to be the game plan unless you run away from him.
They ran at him on the first play. 2nd and 8, play action. Here comes the pressure, having to escape, throws on the run, and that's incomplete. The quarterback, Zach Osheravito, forced out of the pocket and had to make a throw before he wanted to. He even slipped on this natural grass field here at Fruitland.
Yeah, one of the few we talked about. I think CUNA is the only 6A school to have grass anymore, and it's kind of refreshing and fun to watch football on the turf. But Juan Solis was the linebacker. They ran him right up the middle. They blitzed him. He came unimpeded to the quarterback, and he forced the incompletion. And Solis is a name you're going to hear a lot tonight. He's all over the football field. He has the collar on his back. He's one of those throwback players.
3rd and 9. Azevedo steps up, pass caught, first down, all the way up to the 42.
Yeah, good-looking play. He ran the post route, sat in between the two defenders, and the ball was delivered on time, and that's what you're going to have to do. This defense is very sound. They move well as well. I just said that. They move very well. But offensively for Buhl, going to have to pick and find those holes in this Fruitland defense.
I didn't catch who caught that, but either way, it's a 1st and 10 here for Buhl up to the 42. 8.5 minutes to play, first quarter. Acevedo to throw again, finds a man in the flat, and then dropped immediately on the catch is Porter. It's Porter Higley, the senior.
Yeah, Porter Higley. I mean, that's a good pickup, and you'll take that all night. The crowd loved it. They loved the tackle, but 5-yard pickup, and you're going to take that all night long, especially against this type of defense. Listen, to this point, I'm impressed. Buell's kept their calm. They've stepped up. They've ran their plays, not forcing anything, and Acevedo did a great job avoiding a sack in the backfield and was able to pick up the first down the next play.
Back to the I formation on 2nd down and 6. Under 8 minutes to play in this first quarter. Acevedo giving a hard count up front. Will now hand this one off. They run right and find nothing but black jerseys. Olbot was in there as well for Fruitland. It was Levi Morales.
Yeah, so Olbot's listed 290. And Morales is listed at 300. It's a matchup nightmare in the interior. They're going to have to, again, and the way you beat that is you got to be quick. Everything lateral, right? You got to get outside of them. You got to force them to move. You got to play not their game. If you're going to run a power I, you're going to run any kind of I formation, it's got to be some sort of counter. You've got to get them moving the opposite direction. That or quadruple team them.
3rd and 8. They picked up a 3rd and long just a few minutes ago. They'll try to pick up another one. Acevedo on the run, pass is deflected and then hits the ground. It's incomplete. Dangerous throw on 3rd down, and it'll bring up a 4th and 8 with under 7 minutes to play.
Yeah, Olbot was creeping in from the backside, and you saw him closing. And Acevedo, just that quick flip, tried to create something. They tried to flood the defense, flood the zone on the near side. And you had a couple layers, but they came to the short side of the field, which left them not a lot of field to work with.
Tracy back deep to receive this punt for Fruitland. Standing back at his own 20. Punt formation here for Buhl with 6:46 to play in the opening quarter. Spiraling punts. Tracy will watch it bounce at the 30 and watches it go out of bounds. 7-0 our score, 6:40 to play in the first.
And Magic Valley Turfgrass is a commercial sod farm serving residential, commercial, sports, and golf properties across western North America. Everyone at the Magic Valley Turfgrass is rooting on the Buhl football team tonight. Buhl Drug is your local hometown pharmacy for things you need right away, like vitamins, medications, cards, gifts, and more. They are open Monday through Sunday, providing you and your family with a fast, convenient prescriptions and, of course, friendly advice. They are located at 419 Broadway Avenue, and you can give them a call. Michael and all the staff at Buhl Drug say, go Indians and good luck at state.
So here comes the Fruitland offense for the second time tonight. Last time out, no problem. Ended with a Vidlac running touchdown. This drive will start from their own 30. Play action, quick out is caught, and then pushed out at the Fisher on the reception, gain of 5.
Yeah, Fisher, just a quick out, and the offense taking what the defense is giving, and you can kind of see they're going to play those deep safeties. They don't want to get beat over the top again. Already got beat once with the drop ball, and the corners, all defense backs, are playing a good 10 to 15 yards off of the ball.
They say he got 7, so 2nd and 3 as we hit the 6-minute mark. Vidlac keeps and wrapped up by his ankles. That was Higley who held on and eventually brought down the junior quarterback.
Now, Porter Higley, swim move, came over the top, and he beat Olbot. Olbot tried to block inside, and Higley just took a quick jab step to the outside, swam him, and was able to wrap up Vidlac. And, again, I like Porter Higley. He's 6'1", 215, physical kid. does a lot. He's one of these, and you'll see this a lot at this level. Your best athletes, you have to play them both ways. And Higley's one of those kids who does that.
3rd and 3. Fruitland operating from its own 36. To the shotgun set, play action. This is going to be a false start, I think. I don't know if Fruitland was set.
My favorite false start is everybody
It might have been an illegal formation.
Yeah, I mean, it was Olbot. It was moving, and I'm not sure it
Yeah.
came set before Fruitland snapped it. This will be on Fruitland.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's going to Utah.
5-yard penalty makes it 3rd down 8.
So it'll turn a 3rd and 3 into a 3rd and 8. And an early mistake here for Fruitland.
A good football team, they look at situations like that and say, hey, more yards to gain, right?
Yeah,
and with this type of explosive offense, I mean, cool, we'll just gain 5 more yards, put them on the stat sheet.
Under 5 minutes to play, 3rd and 8 coming up for Fruitland. Vidlak to throw, has time, running out of it, escapes the pocket, throws on the run, passes dropped. As Fisher couldn't hold that one in. Passes a little bit high, but hit him in both hands.
Yeah, so Vidlak had a couple guys open. There was a man running up the seam, and as soon as Vidlak broke, he came across. He was open across the middle. There was a man that leaked out. It was the running back, I believe, and instead he chose the easy, safe route on the corner. And I think we're seeing this cooler temperature, a little of that condensation, a little humid tonight. Ball's a little slicker than normal because Fisher typically – great hands, able to haul that thing in.
Yeah, certainly, and has been on and off rain the last couple days here in the Treasure Valley. This punt sails back to the 22 before Buhl brings this one back to the 32, and hopping out of bounds is the punt returner, Fabi Pierce.
So great stop for Buhl. Forced a 3 and out, able to get the ball back and maybe chip into this lead a little bit. It feels bad, and I hate saying this. If you're a Buhl fan, I'm going to applaud the Buhl Indians for doing what they're doing, but it feels like the top could blow off at any moment with this Fruitland offense. And so to contain that all night, it's going to be a battle.
Yeah, and you got to capitalize. When you get a stop, got to capitalize, control some of the clock, and go get 7 points.
Yeah, points right now. I mean, 4:32 left to go here in the first quarter. Feel almost critical for Buhl if they're going to stay in this ball game.
So here comes this Buhl offense. They will start this drive from their own 32. Single back formation, tight trips left. And the toss. They try to find the edge and can't get much. Maybe a yard there for the running back, Dallas Price.
Yeah, good pursuit. And you're going to see that from this Fruitland defense. We talked about Juan Solis and some other the defenders being able to move really well. But I also like the play call. I mean, you cannot abandon the run. You have to make sure that stays in there. That play in particular is going to set up a bit of a play action, the fake toss, maybe roll to the other side away from Obot. And but you got to run maybe around him. Don't run right at him if it's me. But I'm not calling the plays here. But look for that play to set up for something a little bit down the road.
2nd down and 9. Passes deflected up in the air and incomplete as they look for Castor Schindler.
Yeah, too hot.
Yeah.
Way too hot. You got to – I get it. You know, the adrenaline's flying and you want to do a lot of great things, and you're playing against the big boy right now, but you got to take some juice off that thing. Otherwise, he's not going to have a chance to catch it.
Pass incomplete to Schilder leaves a 3rd down and 9 with 3:45 to play in the opening quarter.
Can't go 3 and out. You just can't. You force a turnover, and especially versus this type of offense. So Buhl, play call right now is critical. All right, here we're in the same formation. Tight trips left.
Deep back is Pugsley. Acevedo to throw, looking, has nowhere to go. Running out of time, now throws on the run, it's incomplete. They tried to find the tight end over the middle, and the pass was just a little bit too high for Ace Bauer.
You know, 5'9", he's a freshman, Ace Bauer, and you talk about trying to dig deep and find kids. He's a kid that's going to be playing for a long time for Buhl, getting the experience now. And Buhl going 3 and out. We talked about him. You got to weather the blow. Feel like they did. And now they have to chip away and start scoring points. Defensively, though, got to make a big stop.
This is a short punt, high and short. It's going to take a bounce at the 45 and rolls back to the 42. So 3:25 to play now in the opening quarter. Ball back to Fruitland.
Yeah, Texaco Corner Mart has been locally owned and operated and serving the greater Buhl area since 1985. The Corner Mart offers the finest Texaco products while also being the friendliest and fastest convenient store in Buhl. Come visit them at their well-located store on 651 Broadway Avenue South and leave with a smile. The Texaco Corner Mart is a proud supporter of the Buhl Indians. Special shout-out to number 2, and that's Dylan Wynn. There you go. I even gave you a more special shout-out, Dylan Wynn. I want to thank our power boosters from Buhl, the Rooftop Resources, True Leap Technologies, VitaGlow Idaho, and Farmer Funeral Chapel.
3:25 to play in this opening quarter. Single receiver to the top of your screen for Fruitland on this 1st and 10. Vidlac to throw, steps away from the pressure, throws on the run, passes caught, wide open receiver, and a lot of room in front of him, all the way down to the 38 to Fisher.
Yeah, Vidlac did the ultimate no-no if you're a quarterback, but okay because there was absolutely nobody covering him. But he threw across his body as he was scrambling to his right and kind of lobbed it in there, gave his receiver, Fisher, a chance to catch the ball.
That's another Grizzly.
1st and 10 from the 40, fresh set of downs, empty backfield. Vidlac will keep on this quarterback run, and he'll pick up 4, maybe 5, as we have under 3 minutes to play.
6-0.
Yeah, Vidlac, we talked about his legs. Dual threat quarterback. He's explosive as an athlete. He stands 6 feet tall, but just athletically, you can see, I'm going to use the term, and it feels like I'm glazing him, but he's built a little different.
Yeah. Sure. Yep, one of the best players in the classification, without a doubt. 2nd and 6. 4 receivers in the pattern this time, twins to each side. Play action, they'll throw this one, caught by Fisher down to the 27, and it's enough for a 1st down.
And you saw the defensive backs, the cornerback just playing, giving him that 10 yards. The idea is if they're going to stop at the sticks, the defensive back has to break on the ball. But just too quick of a pass, bit of a timing route. As soon as he got there, the turn of the ball was right there. Vidlac threw that thing before he'd even turned his head.
They run an RPOs? Is that an RPO?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No, that was a timing route on the outside, yeah. Oddly enough, it's an interesting point. RPO used to be in vogue, and it was a fad for probably 3 or 4 years ago. Everybody and their dog was running it, and now kind of migrated back.
Run up the middle, 1st down and more, all the way down to the 10 for Wilson.
Yeah, it was a quick hitter up the middle, and Vidlac fake the throw. They run that bunch tight trips formation to the left and draw some of those receivers out. The idea with that is you want to pull everybody out of the box. You want to pull more people out of the box and create matchups in terms of blocking, and got what he wanted.
Just weapons all over the place for this Fruitland offense. 1st and goal, 1:20 to play in the 1st. Now we'll tighten things up. Bring 2 backs in the backfield, send Wilson in motion. And here comes pressure. Vidlac steps away from it. Now he's going to try to run, and nowhere to run. He's wrapped up in the backfield for the sack.
A good defensive call. You saw Zan Parker. He blitzed from the outside, the linebacker, and his Vidlac looked that way. He wasn't able to get it over the top, had to escape to his left. And cleaning up the trash, if you will, was I think it was Raiden Pugsley. Is that who it was? I forgot. I didn't see.
I had Price.
Price? All right. We'll give it to Price. Dallas Price.
Now stoppage in the action as they official talking to Fisher on the near side, ready to restart here. 30 seconds clock moving. 2nd and goal from the 12. And this screen pass is dropped, but maybe forced by Austin. One of the defensive linemen got his hands up there.
Yeah, I think that was Austin Seafreeze, right? Yeah, Austin Seafreeze got his hand up there. It looks like he blocked blocked his view, not able to dial it in. Seen a lot of drop balls so far.
Yeah, I mean, that's at least
three
that I can think of for Fruitland, yeah.
None bigger than the deep ball that Vidlak threw. And, but again, and, to make up for it, these guys turn around to catch passes. So,
Yeah,
I mean, there's going to be plenty of balls slung around tonight.
3rd down and goal. They sent a man in motion. And this one again deflected by Seafreeze. And he's got his hands on 2 in a row now.
Well, so Seafreeze they want to leave him unblocked. So on the jet sweep, what they're expecting is Seafreeze to follow the motion man on the fake jet sweep, right? And then be able to have him just collapse down and leave the open throwing lane. Instead, Seafreeze gets his hand up there. That's good scouting. That's watching a lot of tape and seeing what happens. And, of course, the nation's scoring leader because he kicks field goals and extra points and scores them. Vidlak on to attempt the field goal.
Yeah, this one will be from 28 yards. And the kick is up, plenty of leg, and it is good.
Field goal is good.
So Vidlak adds 3 more to the board, and Fruitland takes a 10-0 lead with 17 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, 17 seconds, impressive. I'm impressed. That was a great kick. I mean, if he doesn't pan out as a quarterback, he can kick the ball.
Yeah, no kidding.
Fruitland want to thank our power boosters, Farmers Mutual Telephone, Overhead Door Company, Dr. Eric Dahl Family Dentistry, Big Insurance, and Steve's Hometown Dealerships. For over 50 years, Overhead Door Company of Nampa has been serving the Western Treasure Valley and surrounding communities since 1961. Homeowners, contractors, and businesses have relied on Overhead Door Company for all aspects of garage door installation, repair, and service. Overhead Door is a proud supporter of all area athletes.
Those area athletes is Vidlak, who has it teed up at the 40, getting set to kick it back to Buhl. And overhead punt back to the 6. And bringing this one back up to the 25, pushed down to the 26, and Buhl will come out onto the field for their next offensive possession. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. And for this Buhl offense, they've been a little bit behind schedule in the last 2 drives. They have picked up 3rd downs, but they've been 3rd and 8+. And for this offense, they'd like that to be 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3s.
Yeah, it was something we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, is being able to convert on those 3rd downs because they were going to be forced into them. And they converted on 2. They have 2 first downs so far. One of them was a 3rd down. The other one, they got a first down not being 3rd down. But they also have not converted on 2 third downs. Apologies. But I'm going to be honest with you. I am impressed with the physicality of Buhl matching so far, and it's only 10-0 in the first quarter, and they still have a chance to climb back into this thing.
We'll throw it to the back out of the backfield, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards. It'll be the final play of the first quarter. It's Price on the reception, and we will head to quarter number 2 with Fruitland leading 10-0.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Rooted in their communities since 1904, D.L. Evans Bank is proud to serve Fruitland with hometown values and local decision-making. Stop by their full-service branch at 1307 Northwest 16th Street in Fruitland. D.L. Evans Bank. This is community banking.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Ideal. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. I love it.
College costs money.
Every time that we get in the car, number 1, buckle up. Number 2, no phones. And number 3, pay attention to your surroundings.
If I got in the car with my friends, I would definitely tell them to put their seatbelts on. I want to be able to get back home safely.
Dear Savvy, who says you can't have it all? You've got the tech, you've got the drive, and now you've got Toyota value. Toyota, let's go places.
Treasure Valley Plumbing is fired up to support Fruitland football. From big plays on the field to big fixes at home, Treasure Valley Plumbing Plumbing's got your back. Call the hometown heroes of Plumbing. Go Fruitland.
12 minutes on the clock, second quarter of action. Buhl will stack things up in the I formation to start things. Screen pass caught in the backfield as they try to maneuver their way to the corner and then push down at the 31. Preston Wagner, another freshman with the reception.
Yeah, good play call. And I like getting the ball outside. You see you have man-to-man coverage. He has to beat his man. I would have liked to seen him turn it upfield a little sooner, but here we go again. Buhl in a 3rd and 5 situation, and feels like they've been living like this all night long.
Yeah, it's been 3rd and 5 plus the whole night so far. Early stages, second quarter. They've picked up a couple of them, but if they want to stay in this game and keep up with Fruitland, they're going to have to pick up some more. Acevedo to throw. Has time now running out of it. Steps out of a sack, throws on the run, pass is caught, first down, all the way up to the 45. A big catch and run there for Buhl.
Great catch and run, and that was a delayed kind of a drag route, and that was more of a scramble drill than a design play. As Acevedo broke it, you saw him, he kind of got happy feet, started rolling to his right. His receiver, and that was Fabi Pierce, he came across with him, was able to connect with him. That was a huge catch and run, and we talked about converting on 3rd down. Got to do it. Got to extend those drives.
Fresh set of downs here for Buhl at their own 45. Acevedo in the gun will throw. Has time. He's going to throw this one down the near side. One-on-one coverage, tight coverage, no flag. They were looking for Wagner.
Yeah, Wagner. Boy, he had a step too. His man, and when I say it was a small step, but he had a step, and one of the biggest things you're going to see, mistakes that these young receivers make at this level, is they run with their hands out. Keep them by your side, run as fast as you can until the ball gets there. I mean, you know, I'm splitting hairs here. No, actually, I'm comparing them to probably the wrong person, but Justin Jefferson, you know, some of the Jamar Chase. Looking at those guys run, and they do not stick their hands out to the very end. He would have had a chance, maybe, kept his hands to the side.
It was Philpott in coverage for Fruitland. 2nd and 10, back to the I formation. And back to the ground they go, able to squeak out maybe a yard or two. As on the ground, that was Pugsley.
Yeah, Raiden Pugsley, the junior, 5'9", $155. And I get, and you cannot abandon the run. You just can't. You got to make sure that you continue to do that because, again, you got to set things up for later on, play action, and then you got to keep the defense honest as well. But I get it. It's tough. That size mismatch up front. Those Buhl boys, they got to be tough as nails.
Another 3rd down, 3rd and 8 now for Buhl. From their own 47. Acevedo throw, here comes pressure, and Obot gets to it. Calvin Obot raced into the backfield and brought down the quarterback, Acevedo, almost as he snapped it.
Yeah, when you have a 3rd and long and you are that type of athlete and you know they're going to throw the ball, you pin your ears back and go, and that's exactly what I mean. He literally ran. As soon as the ball was snapped, he was shot out of a cannon, ran back, and poor Acevedo thought, oh, man, is this really happening?
Yeah.
As he got wrapped up. So Buhl sustained a bit of a drive, though, right? I mean, you can see they're in the playoffs. They're one of the better teams in the state for a reason.
Back to the punt formation. This is another high short punt. Takes a bounce at the 40. And it'll roll back to the 32 before it's down by Pugsley. Now for Buhl defensively, this is the 5th drive for Fruitland, right? So they've stopped them twice and held them to a field goal once.
Yeah. And again, I mean, I'm going to take my hat off. It's 10-0, 9:03 left to go in the second quarter. They've showed some fight. They've made the defensive adjustments. You know, they're swarming to the ball as best they can. I think there's a little bit of mismatch from the receivers. You know, again, we talked about it. If they break open, I can see Fruitland hitting something over the top. But sticking with it and calling a good game plan so far, but having to stack the box. And, you know, I'll tell you what, Vidlak's legs, I think, are probably the mismatch here.
Yeah, I would agree with that. He's got a rushing touchdown already. Read option Wilson up the middle, first down, pick up at 12.
Boy, that offensive line, and that was the right side. So Obot plays on the left. So on the right side, just collapsed the defensive line, and it was just a simple read option. Gave it to, I think it was a run all the way. Just kind of left it in his belly for a moment, and Wilson able to get some big yardage.
So first down from the 46. 8:40 clock moving here in the second quarter. How easy are things offensively when you can rip off 13, 14 yards on a run up the middle?
Well, it allows you to call anything. Any play you want, you can call it.
Back to Wilson. Looks like the same play, and it's another first down all the way up to the 40.
Yeah, same formation, same play. And what they did is they doubled down on they collapsed down, and so they doubled to the linebacker. And Wilson literally just let his man block in front of him, ran right behind him, picked up, 12 yards?
Yeah. Back-to-back runs of, we'll call it 12-plus. First and 10 from the Buhl 40. 8 minutes to play in the second quarter. This time they'll send Wilson out wide. Empty set here for Vidlak. And he'll throw. He'll pump the screen, has to escape the pocket. Vidlak will now throw on the run, finds Wilson wide open at the 30, and runs over a defender down to the 18.
Yeah, flag on the far side of the field. It's going to be a hold. And it didn't need to happen. Vidlak was coming this side, and it was on the far side of the field. And so they're going to get a hold. And I don't know if it was Obot. They don't announce numbers here.
Yeah. Either way, it was on the opposite side of where that play occurred, and it is going to come back, holding on Fruitland.
This gives me a chance to step up on my pedestal for a moment. As we discussed on the way over, one of the rules, and it doesn't affect it here because this happened at the line of scrimmage, but say it happened 10 yards back, it would be an additional 10-yard penalty in high school football. You go to college, you go to the NFL, and that's not the case. And I am going to make it my crusade to get that changed across the country. Let's do it. Let's just go 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. Let's keep this thing competitive.
So it's going to set him back 10 yards. It is going to be a 1st and 20 as that foul occurred at the line of scrimmage. Send a man in motion out wide. Vidlak will keep this time on the read option. Steps out of a tackle to the 40, and there he goes. Vidlak down to the 20, and he will coast into the end zone. Touchdown, Fruitland.
I called one of his games last year. I called a game here. It was the Weiser-Fruitland game, and I saw Vidlak, and he had not developed to this level. And you saw the explosiveness off of that, and he came and he burst on, what was that, a 48-yard touchdown run. He ran over and through arm tackles to get to the end zone. So far, Vidlak, 2 touchdowns. Both of them come on the ground. Like we said, the great, equalizer. The de-equalizer is Vidlak's legs.
Yep. 2 rushing touchdowns, and he's going to have all 17 points for Fruitland if he's able to convert this one. Kick is up, and boy, look at that. Kicked it all the way past the scoreboard. It's up and good. 17-0 Fruitland.
Yeah, and this next possession for Buhl is
gotta get points.
I got to get points. Yep. This is the make or break at this point. And 17, and looking like they can score from anywhere on the field. I mean, heck, even if it's Vidlak's legs, like they can score from anywhere on the field. Buhl really going to have to do something right now.
7:09 to play here in the second quarter. Let's hear from more of our partners.
Let's go. Grizzly fans, listen up. Meat and Potatoes Catering is proud to fuel Fruitland spirit, just like the Tesnolitic. We got people up here in the booth correcting us. Family who've had someone at Fruitland Schools for an amazing 66 years and counting, with Coach Mike still leading the way, and Ellie Madison and Austin, all Grizzly grads. Meat and Potatoes Catering and the Tesnolitics are Grizzly supporters for life. For your next event, trust the hometown Team Meat and Potatoes Catering. And by the way, Lucas, somebody wrote this, not me, but these guys catered their wedding.
Sven, had to have been
That
Sven.
had to have been Sven.
Yeah.
They catered Sven's wedding. Let's go.
Sven's the new general manager here at IdahoSports.com. Bright things ahead for us as a company with him at the helm. This is going to be Buhl from the goal line up to the 20. And Sven's one of my longtime friends. He's how I got into the business. Got me broadcasting as a freshman in college. And friendship grew over the years just from us doing games like you and I have for over the years. And I ended up being his best man in his wedding. So I'm sure that's why he wrote that.
Yeah, well, and it means that you ate that food, man.
Yeah.
You've had meat and potatoes. I love it. Fantastic. Let's go. Grizzly football fans, now is the time for lightning fast fiber internet with ultimate Wi-Fi from Farmers Mutual Telephone Company. FMTC offers free professional installation within 3 business days. No data cap. Plans that start at $60 a month. Don't delay. Call 208-452-2000 or explore the plans at fmtc.com. Go Grizzlies.
First and 10, Buhl from their own 20. Quick pass is going to be caught and then dropped after a gain of 5. Pass was caught by Bauer. So Bauer with this second catch. There's some nice freshmen on this Buhl team. Bauer's one of them. Wagner has been targeted a couple times, another.
Yeah, and the youth movement's real, and when you get to schools a little bit smaller in size versus, and you know what? I mean, I'm going to call it like it is. Boise High has the same problem in terms of participation, and you get the youth movement as well, you know, the Rockies, the Eagles, or whatever. You don't have that problem, but what you do get, though, is you get a chance to build the program for a long time. And like you said, some good-looking freshmen on this Buhl team that are putting in some good time and some good snaps.
Ajervito with the stacked backfield. They're going to do a quick hitter with one of them. It was Pierce on the carry. Short carry and a more manageable third down here. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
3rd and 1-ish?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I was looking at the scoreboard, which I hadn't updated yet.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. 3rd and 1.
Boy, they like that because it's been 3rd and 5 or longer all night long. And if I'm being honest, at this point in the game, it's 2-down territory. You got to get a first down. You got to sustain a drive and get some points. 5:44 left here in the second quarter. I like the first play calling with that quick out, quick hitters laterally causing that defense to move. You're not going to beat a man-to-man straight up.
It's Price, the deep man. And he's going to get the carry on this 3rd and short, first down. Past the 30, down to the 32.
Yeah, good looking run. Price exploding up the field, sustaining the drive. Buhl. Maybe a little bit of urgency here. You know, maybe they need to play with a little bit of pace, keep them on their heels. I don't know if that's part of their repertoire, if you will.
I think this game totally changes if you score a touchdown right now and you take 4 of the 5 remaining minutes to do it. That could change a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
Back to the ground they go. It's Price again who picks up 3.
But where I'm going with this is if you're going to keep pace in terms of the scoring, you got to get something. But to your point, right, if you got to shorten the game and not allow it and get to halftime.
Well, I think that's the path for them. Not only back in this one, but to win this one, they have to limit the number of possessions that Fruitland gets.
Yeah. It's just at this pace, and they're only on their 35-yard line.
Sure.
I'd like to eat the clock closer in their own, not my own territory.
2nd and 8.
False start.
And this is not going to help.
Yeah.
Penalty flag on the play. False start on the
that was Brian Byington, the 6'1", 235 sophomore. Talk about a youth movement. I mean, we're seeing underclassmen all over, and to make it to the second round of quarterfinals of the play, it's pretty impressive. Acevedo, though, is the senior. They're going to have to replace his production, but I think the future is bright for this Buhl football team.
Yeah, certainly. With all the young pass catchers that we have mentioned, certainly a lot of talent coming back in the years to come. 2nd and 13, rather, 4 minutes to play. Acevedo high snap. He's going to throw this one down the sideline. Passes a little bit too far for the intended receiver as he was looking for Porter Higley.
Yeah, Porter Higley running that 5, that go route, and matched up really well. In fact, they rolled a linebacker on him. That was number 17, Aaron Walker. Was it 17? I don't have the right number on me. But it looked like they rolled the linebacker out with him to run man to man, and holding will be the call.
Yeah, so that's...
Was it block below the waist?
Yeah, this is more than 10 yards. This looks like a 15-yard penalty. So it'll still be second down and a lot longer now for Buhl.
Well, at this point, eat the clock. Don't give him any kind of clock.
Yeah. 3:54 to play. 2nd and 28.
It's going to be a draw. Yeah.
Quarterback draw. Acevedo nowhere to go. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And 3rd and forever coming up here for Buhl.
Yeah, you're going to see either another just handoff or another draw. And Coach Creasy, Josh Creasy, saying what could have been on a drive where they converted the 3rd down, the 3rd and short, and now just behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, penalties have gotten in the way on this one. False start and then a block below the waist, you said was the other one?
Yeah, legal block below the waist, yeah.
3rd down and 28, 3:10 to play. Shotgun set, all 3 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. They will throw up to that one on the right, and it's incomplete as they throw it up for Higley. And why not? It was one-on-one coverage down the far side, but it's incomplete. 4th down and 28 now.
Yeah, Higley just keep running. You know, he stopped and jumped for that. If he would have run, we talked about it before, Acevedo threw a pretty ball, and he put it where it needed to be, where only his man, Higley, in that situation, could have caught it. But Higley jumped at the last minute.
So Fruitland will have 3 minutes left in the half to try to add to its 17-point lead once they get the ball back off this punt. It's a spiraling kick that will take a bounce at the 39, and it will die right there. So those start at the Buhl 40, 2:52 to play in the half.
Yeah, short field, Vidlac wanted to take an opportunity, pretty much can put this thing away. I'm telling you, 24-0 at halftime might be a little too much to overcome, but Buhl's probably done bigger things. So here we go. Emera Title in Fruitland, founded in 1949. Pioneer Title Company is an employee-based company centered around going beyond culture, which fosters the principles of family, respect, and openness. Pioneer offers title and escrow products, long-term escrows, contract purchasing, foreclosure services, and a 1031 tax-deferred exchanges. I have no clue what that is, but if you know what that is, fantastic. They provide services in Idaho, Oregon, Nevada, Washington, Wyoming. Call 208-452-7500. Set up an appointment.
We'll go to Wilson on the ground up the middle, and Wilson casually picks up about 7 yards.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Just 7?
Well, he's picking up 15 apiece last drive. So.
Yeah, it's the same play too, right? They're spreading the defense out. They're letting that big offensive line just work on the inside. They double to the linebacker, and he just literally has to have patience to let the play develop.
2:26 to play, clock moving. Fruitland in no hurry right now. To the 35, Vidlac to throw. Here comes pressure, steps up. Vidlac throws this one to the corner of the end zone, and it's dropped. That's the second time Philpott's dropped a touchdown.
He's thinking too much, man. I cannot figure it out, and that one was not a slick ball. Vidlac stepped up. There was a blitz on the far side, and they picked it up. And I'm going to, if you're a football purist and you're a junkie, you're going to love that Killian Wilson, he picked up the Will linebacker who came in on the blitz, picked him up, and Vidlac stepped up and just nice throw over the top, turned the ball over, and right in a man that was running wide open. And I'll tell you, somebody who's not going to be happy with himself is going to be Joel Philpott, the junior, 6'2", 180, and he's their deep threat, physical receiver.
First down, Grizzlies.
Must have been a penalty.
Yeah, I didn't see the flag, but
I didn't either.
Must have been a late hit.
Yeah, so either way.
Yeah, roughing the passer.
1st and 10 from the 20. And back to the ground they go. Here comes a flag. This one might wipe out the run there by Wilson.
Well, as they say, the football gods giveth, and the football gods taketh away.
2:08 to play in the half, by the way, as we'll move this one back 10 yards.
And Fruitland still with 3 timeouts, so again, 0 urgency on this one.
And they're going to use one of them right here. So at 2:08, Fruitland will take its first timeout. And we will take it with them. We'll step aside just for a moment here on IdahoSports.com. 17-0, 2:08 to play in the first half. Fruitland has the ball at the 30.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
It's that time again. Time to get the health insurance you need for next year. Open enrollment is the time for you to enroll in, renew, or change your coverage. At Your Health Idaho, you can save money with a tax credit on the plan that's best for you and your family. Don't wait. Open enrollment ends December 15th. More coverage, less cost. Only at yourhealthidaho.org. Enroll by December 15th.
Back out of the timeout, 1st and long, pass caught in the flat by Wilson. And he's up to the 22. 2 minutes to play, clock moving. 2nd and long, as remember we had that holding penalty right before the break.
Hey, listen, if Buhl can make a stop here, 20-0 is not insurmountable, right? I mean, it's going to be tough against this Fruitland defense, and quite frankly, you know, you haven't proven that you can move the ball even into the red zone. Has not happened yet tonight, but I wouldn't hit the complete panic this is over button if it only goes in if they end up with a field goal attempt.
2nd and 13. Fruitland's letting their clock move. Down to 1:26. Trips left, single receiver right. Pressure coming off the edge from Buhl. Vidlak throws off his back foot just a little bit too far as he was looking for Tracy.
Yeah, interesting throw. Vidlak typically, his mechanics are so, and you saw him there kind of flicked his wrist because he was moving to his left, and it looked like his hand kind of got a little wobbly. Instead of driving through the throw, if you're a quarterback, you want to throw off that back foot. Instead of driving through that, it looks like he was drifting and just flicked it and didn't get enough on it. He had a man running open.
3rd and 13, 1:16 to play. Fruitland's going to add to its lead. This is a big play here. It might be 4-down territory as well. I'm not sure how.
Vidlak has a big leg.
Yeah,
I mean, I was pretty shocked.
I'm not sure what his range is. Might be pretty long. He's going to throw it here. Vidlak is going to check this one down to Wilson. Makes one man miss, and then he lost the ball. Ball is on the ground. And I didn't see who picked it up. Looks like Fruitland picked it up.
Yeah, Obot jumped on that. So that's going to cause a 4th down. And to your point, do you go for it? I think Coach Gross is going to let this thing run down a little bit and maybe kick a field goal. Who knows what he's going to do right now.
4th and 13. The clock is moving and down to 45 seconds. I mean, they could let this thing roll all the way down to 15, maybe 20 seconds. And they're going to come to the side. They're going to let it roll and do just that.
Yeah.
As they walk to the sideline, clock moving down to 25 seconds. They'll call timeout as the play clock expires.
Yeah, we talked about it before. Shortening the game, but at this point, you know, Buhl got to feel good about themselves. This thing could have gotten away from them. I mean, there were 2 touchdowns. Now, granted, they did score eventually on the one that was dropped down on the north end zone. But in the south side, they've kept them out of the end zone. They forced a field goal. with this very potent offense that averages 44 points a game.
Yeah. Almost 45 points a game, 44.9.
Fine, we'll round up. 45 points it is. Just taking a look here at some of the Friday Night Flash on IdahoSports.com. Take a look yourself. But some of the scores tonight: Homedale beating Weiser 14-8 in the second quarter. Kimberly taking it to American Falls 21-0. And here we are, 17-0, just at the end of the second quarter. And they're going to keep the offense on the field.
22 seconds to go. It's a 4th and 13. They can get a first down at about the 10, looks like the 12-yard line. Vidlac will throw. Steps up in the pocket, has time, escapes. A flag flies as Vidlac throws on the run. It's incomplete. Here comes another flag in the secondary. So 2 flags on the field now, one of them in the backfield and one of them in the secondary.
Yeah, so they're gonna offset. One was a hold, and then the other one's gonna be a pass interference, and they're gonna run this thing again with 15 seconds to go.
So we'll get the call from the official, and they'll confirm what Ryan just told us. So offset, and we'll re-rack it with 15 seconds to play.
Sometimes I'm pretty amazing, you know. I
know. That's why we pay you.
That's why we pay you all the big bucks. That's right.
15 seconds to play. Fruitland has 1 timeout remaining. Remember, they can get a first down, getting down at the 12.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't even need to go to the end zone. You just get the first down, call the timeout, get a couple of shots to the end zone. Vidlac
throws to the corner of the end zone. Jump ball, and it's incomplete. Broken up as they were looking for Philpott. One-on-one coverage down in the corner of the end zone. And with 8 seconds to play in the half, Buhl will take over.
Big stop. 17, that's even more manageable than 20. You have a chance to be in this thing. I mean, again, we haven't seen a ton from this Buhl offense, but that doesn't mean they can't get it going. And the coaches obviously are going to have to make some adjustments. We talked about moving the ball laterally, but big stop for Buhl. I'm impressed, you know, get him all the way down there. Listen, penalties are killers, both offensively and defensively. That drive was killed by penalties, and you'll take it however you can get it. You know, I was just looking at some of the other scores here. So from the 5A, Skyline beating Sandpoint 43-28. Bishop Kelly up on Blackfoot 38. Hillcrest beating Lakeland 14-7. And Twin Falls blanking Century 22-0.
Wow. So none of those games really that close.
No.
8 seconds to play. They will keep this one on the ground, and that will be the final play of the first half here from Fruitland. As we head to the break, the Grizzlies with a 17-point lead, top seed in this 4A state playoff bracket here on IdahoSports.com and the NFHS Network. We'll take a break here on IdahoSports.com, but first, we'll hear from
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have it, but I can read it if you can pull it up for me.
We got it right here.
Yeah, so we're going to read about Amerititle in Fruitland. Yeah, there it is.
Pull it up.
Yeah, Amerititle is a trusted resource for title and escrow services in the Pacific Northwest. Their mission is to provide superior title and escrow services with commitment, respect, and dedication to their associates, customers, and communities. They serve. The friendly staff at Amerititle in Fruitland says, "Go Grizzlies." And they said it like that, too. Go Grizzlies.
There you go. 17-0 Fruitland at the break.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Dear crew, With an adult-sized third row, everyone's welcome. Slip in, stretch out, and let's go. Toyota. Let's go places.
It's that time again. Time to get the health insurance you need for next year. Open enrollment is the time for you to enroll in, renew, or change your coverage. At Your Health Idaho, you can save money with a tax credit on the plan that's best for you and your family. Don't wait. Open enrollment ends December 15th. More coverage, less cost. Only at yourhealthidaho.org. Enroll by December 15th.
Il me semble que ce matin le soleil peine à colorer le ciel. Je voudrais prolonger les vacances.
Idaho's 529 can be used at any in-state or out-of-state 2- or 4-year college or university. Can be used at a trade school for an apprenticeship.
Whatever it is that your kid is interested in, that's available for them to use the fund.
I really like the flexibility. It gives Wild the opportunity to pursue a whole array of training.
So whatever your child's passion is, you can support that.
To learn more, go to idsaves.org.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Dear Friday, we've got power tailgates to power game days. And a trailer backup guide. That's the champ of the ramp. Toyota trucks. Toyota. Let's go places.
Every time that we get in the car, number 1, buckle up. Number 2, no phones. And number 3, pay attention to your surroundings.
If I got in the car with my friends, I would definitely tell them to put their seatbelts on. I want to be able to get back home safely.
Halftime here from Fruitland on IdahoSports.com and the NFHS Network. This is postseason football presented by Project Filter, your local Toyota dealer, Your Health Idaho, Next Steps Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Program, the Idaho Buhl, Valleywide Cooperative, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Lucas Gephardt and Ryan Luke for IdahoSports.com. Bring new coverage of this game here tonight. Ryan, 17-0 Fruitland. We've seen Fruitland really kind of move the ball with a lot of, I wouldn't say maybe not consistency, but when they move it, it seems effortless.
Yeah, and they're a big play waiting to happen all the time. All the time. I mean, they have wide receivers running wide open in the defensive backfield. Unfortunately, not been able to hang on to the ball. Vidlak has showed us why he is one of the most sought-after recruits on the offensive side of the ball next year. Going into the next year, just a junior, he's been able to be explosive with his legs, and that's pretty much altered the game, is trying to have to defend him. The running game has been big. They're well over 100. I think they're about at 150 yards rushing in the first half. And Vidlak would have over 150 yards throwing the ball as well, but some drop passes. And so we talked about it early on.
there's kind of this feeling that at any moment the top could go off, right?
Yeah.
That Fruitland's going to be able to score the football. And Buhl on the other side has just been fighting uphill the whole time, 17-0. And I got to feel pretty good about being in this thing at just that. But realistically, Buhl, tough time to move the football. It's just not it hasn't been pretty. They've been in third and long pretty much all night long. And then when they get the first downs, they get knocked back. And, a lot of stuff happening. But, Buhl putting up a fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's 17-0, but it could be a lot worse than what it is right now. So let's take a look at what else is going on around the state. Looking at the Friday Night Flash, which you can check out on the homepage on IdahoSports.com. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click on the Friday Night Flash. You'll see it right up there on the homepage. We're going to start in 4A. One game has already gone final in 4A today over in eastern Idaho. Sugar Salem beat Snake River 55-6. So Sugar not going anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, that's my pick. I'm looking at Fruitland, Sugar again, and we'll see. They're looking for dominance here in the 4A level.
Yeah, that was the 2-7 matchup in the 4 quarterfinals games that we have here in 4A. 3 of them going on right now. You're watching one of them right here on Idaho Sports and the NFHS network. Elsewhere across the state, Homedale leading Weiser 14-8. That game at the half right now. And Kimberly leading American Falls 21-0. That game in the second quarter. Let's bounce up to 6A. This is where the good ones, the close ones are here for 6A. You have Coeur d'Alene and Madison just kicking things off up north. Rocky leads Eagle 3-0 at the half. And those are 2 6A SIC behemoths going at it in the quarterfinals right there. This one might be a little bit surprising to some. Mountain View leads Rigby 14-7, that game in the second quarter. And Timberline leads Middleton 14-7 as well.
I mean, all of those teams, those were my picks. You and I talked about it on the drive over. Those are my picks. But I think the Eagle Rocky one to me is one of the most interesting ones because you look at Timberline. Timberline had knocked off both of those schools, right? The only team they lost to was this team tonight that they're playing in Middleton, and it was in the rain, and it was a tough situation. But tonight playing at Donald Larson Park. But with Eagle and Rocky, you have D1 talent loaded all over the place. I mean, you have a lot going on there. Rocky is a bully up front. I mean, Jax Tanner leading the way there and just moving the ball specifically with the running game. But, Noah Burnham and Ramsey over on the Eagle side have been able to score basically all season long. And so that one to me is just – that's a fun one. I mean, my pick was I said I think Rocky gets them just based on – but it could go either way. I mean, and you're looking at it 3-0.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what we thought going into that one. It was going to be close and low scoring between those two. Up in 5A, some games going on right now. 3 of them are at the half. Bishop Kelly leads Blackfoot 30-8. Hillcrest leading Lakeland 21-7. And Twin Falls, I think we thought this one might be a little bit closer. Twin Falls leading Century 22-0. And then Skyline leads Sandpoint 43-35. That game in the fourth quarter over at the ICCU Dome in Holt Arena, formerly known as Holt Arena.
Oh, yeah.
Used to calling it Holt Arena in Pocatello.
And Pocatello. Isn't it the ICCU?
It's the ICCU Dome. I'm not sure if
is Holt not associated with it anymore?
I don't think it is.
Oh, that's a whatever. Anyway,
yeah.
So as far as Century is concerned, that was one of the ones that there were some questions surrounding it. Century kind of making a resurgence at this point in terms of athletics, and you like to see that anywhere. And I'd say it for anybody, but I just didn't know. I did not know what Century was. I knew Twin was tough. Twin came in, and they were a good football team. And in talking to some of the 5A fans, coaches, people around the 5A classification, they didn't know either about Century. Said maybe they're good, maybe they're not. We don't know because Eastern Idaho is such a, it's so Eastern Idaho. 5A dominates Eastern Idaho, right? On this side, 6A dominates over here. 6A and 4A are the two big classifications. But BK, taking it to Blackfoot, and BK's good. Their skill position players are unbelievable. They're so well coached and disciplined.
And it could be a repeat from a couple of years ago where they just ran the table.
Yeah, taking a quick peek down at 3A. West Side leads West Jefferson 21-7 at the half. And Nampa Christian leads North Fremont 23-14. Down in the 8-man game, we have one game gone final in 2A. Kendrick is just running through everyone. 80-6.
That's wild.
The final over Notice. And that's a playoff team that they beat. And Logos leads Hagerman 8-0. Last we heard from that game in the first quarter up in Lewiston. Grayson Prairie playing tonight as well. Down in the 1A classification, Tri-Valley 82-32 over Deary. That game is final. And Council 46-8 over Garden Valley. And then a little bit of a closer one here up north in Genesee. Genesee leads Wallace 44-8. Again, you can check out all those games and track those games as they make their way through another Friday night here in the state of Idaho. That's the Friday Night Flash on IdahoSports.com. So a couple minutes left on the clock here before we get going with the second half. I'd ask you, what do you think Buhl needs to do to get back in this game? But I think I already know what the answer is.
We'll score points.
Yeah, well, sure. Yeah.
No, but if I were to say one thing, you got to take what the defense is giving you. And they had some success because the Fruitland is not afraid of the deep ball getting beat, but they're also not playing press coverage. So the one thing I would say is move the ball laterally, get those quick hits. Don't be afraid of just taking 5 yards at a time. You don't have to take get big chunks. And in doing that, you can probably take some time off the clock, allow them less opportunities, but you got to be consistent, convert on third down.
Yep. So a couple minutes left on the clock here before we get going with the third quarter. We'll step aside on IdahoSports.com and the NFHS Network as you watching the halftime show here on IdahoSports.com and the NFHS Network. We'll be right back.
Okay, listen up. Right now, teens in Idaho have a higher than normal percentage of fatal car crashes. We're 2.6 times more likely to be in a crash. Why? Data shows we're not buckling up, not driving sober, speeding, and getting distracted by that little device we love to hate. So what are we going to do about it? It's time to buckle up, drive sober, slow down, and put our dang phone down. I mean, duh. Join the movement. Search Shift Idaho Teen to learn more.
Idaho's 529 can be used at any in-state or out-of-state 2- or 4-year college or university. Can be used at a trade school for an apprenticeship.
Whatever it is that your kid is interested in, that's available for them to use the fund.
I really like the flexibility. It gives Wild the opportunity to pursue a whole array of training.
So whatever your child's passion is, you can support that.
To learn more, go to idsaves.org.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Get set for the second half of action here from Fruitland. Let's go ahead and hear from some more of our partners.
Power boosters from Buhl, True Leap Technologies, the roof resource, Vitaglow Idaho Farmer Funeral Chapel. But since 1969, Kelly Oil in Buhl has been the area's most trusted provider of farm and home delivery of gas, diesel, and heating oils. They can deliver in cases of buckets, drums, and even bulk. If you don't have one of their fuel cards, stop by 1313 Main Street in Buhl or give them a call. All employees at Kelly Oil wish the Buhl boys good luck this weekend at the state playoffs, and they congratulate them on a great season. By the way, they have had a great season, 7-2 so far.
Yeah.
If you are in Buhl or the surrounding area, True Leap Technologies is the place to call your internet service needs, formerly Filer Mutual. They have been serving the Magic Valley since 1909 and are proud to bring you local internet from local people. Packages start at just $49.95, and they offer unlimited use of the internet with no activation or installation fees. Be sure to follow True Leap Technologies on Facebook and Instagram and give them a call today to sign up. At Farmers Bank, they've been making life easier for families and businesses across the Magic Valley for over 100 years. Since 1917, they've been a tradition you can count on. They are proud to support the Buhl Indians. Check around and you'll choose Farmers Bank Go Indians. I totally butchered that one. Magic Valley Turfgrass is a commercial sod farm serving residential, commercial, sports, and golf properties across western North America. Everyone in Magic Valley Turfgrass is rooting on the Buhl football team tonight. Let's go one more. How about Buhl Drug is your local hometown pharmacy for the things you need right away, like vitamins, medications, cards, gifts, and more. And they are open Monday through Saturday, providing you and your family fast, convenient prescriptions and of course, family-friendly advice. They are located at 419 Broadway Avenue, and you can give them a call. Michael and all the staff at Buhl Drug say go Indians and good luck at state.
All right, here we go with the third quarter. This one falls out of the hands of the return man and goes out of bounds inside the 10. So Buhl is not going to have great starting field position to start this third quarter.
Yeah, and listen, that was like ideal kick stuff right there. You know, kick it to the sideline if it goes out of bounds and touches them first. And boy, talk about pinning them deep. And Buhl, that is the last thing they needed to get going in this. Second half. But again, we talked about it. Got to convert, got to put a drive together. And right now, give them your best punch. Call your best plays. Do whatever you have to do. Get open. Go the extra mile, because a score here brings it to just a 2-score game and make a world of difference for this Buhl team moving forward.
Yeah, one thing this offense has lacked a little bit, too, is chunk plays.
Yeah.
Haven't really had a whole lot of explosive plays in this one. 1st and 10, deep in their own territory. And they will run this one. Tons of flags on the play. Is coming in from a couple different directions. So that'll wipe out whatever yardage was gained here.
Yeah, I mean, it's only going to be it's going to be half the distance to the goal. So they're going to be at the 3 or the 4.5 yard line, maybe 4 yard line. But, got to put something together.
It's a chop block. So this is going to be half the distance to the goal. It was Baby Pierce on the carry for Buhl, but going to wipe out the yardage on that, and Buhl will be behind the sticks to start things here in the third quarter.
So the chop block's an interesting one, because the rule varies when you go league to league. And when I say professional to college to high school, they just don't want you going low at all. College, you can't be engaged and come in at them. And then in the NFL, chop blocks are legal, but you can't go, it's essentially the college rule. But at the high school level, you just keep it above. You got to go above the knees. You got to shoot for about the hip.
Price up the middle as Buhl just stacks things up and runs it straight ahead.
Price showing off. It was good yardage. It's 2nd and 7 here. Was it Pierce or Price? I think it was Pierce.
Might have been Pierce. There were a lot of numbers in not a very big space there. So.
And they just played Tupac.
Deep back is Price this time, so he gets the carry. This time it's stuffed. Nowhere to go.
Again, I don't mind that. It does put them in a 3rd and long, and Vidlak coming on in passing situations, they're going to pull off.
That was Pierce again. Excuse me.
Price on the carry.
No, that was Price. Jeez. Here we go.
Some player from Buhl took the handoff.
It's at a tough corner for us as we're inside the booth. So anything from the 10-yard line and in is just kind of a weird angle for us, and then especially when they stack it up.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, they're not helping us, so I'm going to have a talk with somebody down there. Don't they realize we're working here?
Right. 3rd down and 6. Play action. Acevedo rolling out of his own end zone, throws past, is deflected and almost caught but incomplete.
Woo! That could have been a play. You know, the ball was tipped, had a chance at it, but that trajectory just altered. You know, interestingly enough, I watched that, and they actually threw a chop block again. So unless something's changed, I don't think you can be engaged. But Obot, they shot right at his. So on that rollout, what you want to do is in most colleges, they'll cut the defensive end. They'll cut that side and try to bring that defensive player down because it's a rollout, and you want to throw over that side. And they went right at Obot's knees again.
Punt returner Tracy is back at the Buhl 33-yard line. So anticipating a short punt here. Buhl punting out of its own end zone, and it's going to sail over Tracy's head, but take a favorable bounce. He brings it out from the 45 and has some blocks set up. Turns the corner at the 30. Flags fly as he turns it back up at the 20, and he's going to take this one all the way to the end zone, but it's probably coming back.
25.
2 flags down. One of them is at the 28. And they're going to walk this one back.
I saw so much happen on that play. I can't even start to describe. There was a full body slam, and then the guy that got body slammed jumped up and kept blocking. I was so impressed. He didn't throw a punch or anything, but a couple of holding calls. There was a block in the back, and, a fantastic return showing off the athleticism. That was a fun return. I mean, it's not going to amount to much, but see, there we go. So there was a block in the back, a hold. So they're gonna accept that one.
It's going to push him back 10 yards from around the 30. Still going to be pretty good starting field position for Fruitland as their offense comes out onto the field for the first time here in the second half.
Yeah, 9:48 left. And listen, one of the things you got to worry about, these Buhl guys, these Buhl boys are playing so hard, but most of them going both ways. A lot of them are going both ways. You got to worry a little bit about the fatigue at this point, and you're leaning up against. And I was just checking the offensive line for Fruitland. So they have Levi Morales 6'1", 300, Rocky Weatherspoon 6'3", 255. Kelvin Obot, 6'6", 290. They have Grady Smith. He's 6'3". I mean, just huge.
Yeah.
Just massive.
Especially down in the 4A ranks, too. 1st and 10 from the 41. They're going to try and end around here with Tracy. Tracy's going to pick up about 9 as he steps out of bounds.
Yeah, forced out of bounds. So that was a good play. They set it up, and they sealed the left side. And it wasn't a crackback block, more of a seal. And Tracy ran flat, let the block develop, and then cut up field. Pick up a 9.
Nice drive starter there for the Grizzlies.
They execute so well. It feels like they can pretty much call anything they want.
Yeah. 2nd and 1. They'll throw the screen, caught by Tracy again. He has the first down and then brought down on the turf at the 27.
Yeah, good play design. Tracy takes a step in, runs a bit of an out route, and Vidlak just leads him, lofts it over the top, and designed to pick up short yardage.
Sam Parker on the stop for Buhl. It's a fresh set of downs for Fruitland. 9:24 to play in the third quarter.
I don't think they've crossed the 50-yard line. Buhl hasn't.
I don't think so. I think you're right. 1st and 10, this one from the 28. This drive for Fruitland started in plus territory. Back to the ground, Wilson picks up a block and makes his way down to the 19. Late flags coming in.
I don't know what they're going to call there. That one's
Had an offensive lineman, Evan Davis, who was blocking well downfield.
Samuel Zamora.
yeah, and he was running up on him. Davis, just a tiny guy at 6'4", 210. I don't know what he's thinking. He needs to start eating some food or something compared
to
to
these other guys.
Gee whiz.
Yeah. Penalty's going to be on Buhl, and it's going to add some yardage.
The Indians.
So, I don't know how – this is going to sound bad, but I don't know how you call that. I mean, you have an offensive lineman that's blocking. You're trying to shed a block. They're going to call it a personal foul. It wasn't. I mean, he didn't do anything malicious, but it didn't look good to the referee, and they threw the flag.
Well, I mean, you have Davis, who's 210, coming downhill, getting a downhill block on a secondary guy.
Yeah, it was probably
Good
buck
luck.
55,
Yeah.
you know.
Shotgun set, first and goal for Fruitland. Quick out is caught and then dropped as the ball squirts out of bounds. It fell out of the hands of Fisher.
Samuel Zamora, the junior, 5'11", 160, came in, put a good pop right at the end, was able to dislodge the football.
Be second and 10. Or second and goal, rather, from the 10. Twins out to each side here for Vidlac. Wilson to his left. And they go to Wilson, and nowhere to go up the middle.
Wilson's lost his footing a couple of times. Yeah, it's almost like he's too quick for his own good. We talked about the grass being a little slick with the dew and the cooler weather. We're pretty close to the river here.
Yeah.
The humidity might play a factor in that.
Third and goal now as we approach the 8-minute mark. An important play if Buell's going to find their way back in this one. They've got to keep Fruitland out of the end zone right here. Field goal would keep it at a 3-score game.
Yeah, expecting a run here. Straight man coverage on the outside. Yeah, here you go.
And they're going to try to get this one out the back door, but Tracy steps out of a shoestring tackle, but he's still short as they try the counter. 4th down and goal now coming up. And I think Fruitland's going to go for it.
Absolutely. Dylan Wynn, that's the shot out to number 2. Dylan Wynn strung that thing out for Buhl, made a good tackle, went low because Tracy, the speedster, trying to get to the outside. That was a well-designed play. That looked like an Andy Reid design play, right?
It was,
Fake the toss, and then the toss is actually short with the guy coming around. That actually goes down as a completed pass, by the way. Oh, they're going to let him kick it.
They're going to let him kick it. Yeah.
The world's scoring leader.
Yeah. This one will be from 26 yards in the right hash. Snap a bit high, kick on its way, and it is good.
So I'm just going to say, these are the shortest goalposts I have literally ever seen in my life. So if a ball's even close, going over the top, we have no idea, but Vidlac knocking that thing in. 7:04, Vidlac kicks a 17-yard field goal?
Yes.
Third quarter, 17-yard field goal. All right. The Texaco Corner Mart has been locally owned and operated and serving the greater Buhl area since 1985. The Texaco Corner Mart offers the finest Texaco products while also being the friendliest and fastest convenience store in Buhl. Come visit them at their well-located store at 651 Broadway Avenue South and leave with a smile. The Texaco Corner Mart is a proud supporter of the Buhl Indians. Special shout out to, again, that number 2 that we just called before, Dylan Wynn.
So 20-0, 7:04 to play here in the third quarter. The Buhl offense is yet to cross midfield. They'll look to do that here. Bringing this one out is going to be Price. And Price is up to the 23, maybe the 24. The other thing with Buhl here, Ryan, they just haven't had good starting field position basically the whole night.
No, they had one return that brought them up to about the 40-yard line. You remember that? And they could not push it over. It was a 3-and-out. They ended up walking away from there. Maybe it was about the 35-yard line. But in terms of overall starting field position, you're spot on, Lucas.
This one will start from their own 24.
It's just rough. I mean, when you're playing a defense as physical as this and they move well, offensively, trying to make it work.
6:56 to play in the quarter. Top-seeded Fruitland in this 4A bracket on top of 8-seeded Buhl. We're going to stack this one up. I formation, Twins out to the left. And they hand it off and able to squeak up to the 30 is the running back Price.
So, but I mean, maybe, they're picking up 5 yards and we'll take that. But the play calling to me looks like they've kind of thrown in the towel. I hope that's not the situation, and I hope it's to set it up. But the sense of urgency, I'm just not seeing it from the Buhl side. I mean, they're playing hard. These guys are playing really hard. The boys are playing hard, but really not giving themselves a lot of shots. Like you said, no chunk play.
Just a 3-score game, too. Plenty of football left.
Yeah.
Still 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ostervito to throw. Pass is caught over the middle. First down, and there you go. Off to the races, down to the 30, to the 15. Diving for the end zone. Touchdown, Buhl. And boy, did they need that.
From the 20, their own 29-yard line. We talked about a chunk play. That was an easy post route that went right through the middle of that zone. He came open and ran through basically an arm tackle, took it to the house, showing some speed. Looks like he was tired at the end, man. About got caught.
Yeah.
But took it to the house. Huge, huge score.
And Buhl needed that. We were just talking about the lack of chunk plays, and they get a big chunk play there. 80 yards to the house. Preston Wagner.
Yeah, that's a big
Trying to get
difference.
guys on for the point after.
Well,
It's a two-score game.
It is a two-score game, and that's a big difference in terms of the psyche. Now, all of a sudden, you start, listen, that does a lot, too. For Fruitland, they have to start respecting a little bit more some of that passing game. They're going to drop some men back, maybe able to run the football.
Movement up front. And these extra points, if Buhl is going to come back in this one, are important because 3 touchdowns would give them 21, assuming all extra points are good. And this is offsides on Fruitland.
Yeah, so the question is here, do you take it and go for 2? I say take the point. I mean, they're tough enough to come by as is. And,
yeah, I would too.
And 3 touchdowns with an extra point, assuming you hold them, that puts you in the lead. And they're going to deny it. Actually, they're going to decline. Did I say deny? They're going to decline it because they want a little bit of room.
So extra point is up, and it is good. All right. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter in a 2-score game.
Yeah, and just as I wrote them off saying, they're giving up, but, the play call, they actually call it and broke it. And, again, that wasn't a chunk play. He didn't gun it down the field. The pass was only in the air, probably about 12 to 13 yards, and it was the catch and run after the reception. Again, that post route. And he split the safeties, ran right between the middle of them, took it to the house.
So 20-7 our score now with 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Let's hear from some more partners.
Yeah, power boosters from Fruitland, Farmers Mutual Telephone, Overhead Door Company, Dr. Eric Dahl Dentistry, Family Dentistry, Big Insurance, Steve's Hometown Dealerships. And for over 50 years, Overhead Door Company of Nampa has been serving the Western Treasure Valley and surrounding communities since 1961. Homeowners, contractors, and businesses have relied on Overhead Door Company for all aspects of garage door installation, repair, and service. Overhead Door is a proud supporter of all area athletes.
So Preston Wagner, the freshman, has just put Buhl right back into this game.
Just
Still
like that.
Plenty of football left.
Absolutely. 6 foot, 160-pound freshman. I'm telling you, this Buhl, that's a big mistake.
This is off the hands of Tracy, who has to go back to his goal line to get it, and Tracy's going to be bottled up inside the 10. They mark him down at the 8.
Talk about momentum. I mean, a big play like that, and all of a sudden special teams, it kind of compounds on itself. Not able to receive the ball, field the ball cleanly. Now your back's basically against the wall up at the 8-yard line, your own 8-yard line, and boy, that just energizes the Buhl team.
Yeah, got to get a stop now if you're Buhl. This drive is going to start at the Fruitland 8. And on the flip side for Fruitland, you can get this momentum back, no problem. And this is what 9-0 teams do.
Yeah, and put together here, you rely on your studs right here. Vidlak, he's done it with his legs. He's tried to do it with his arms. His arms. He has two arms. Throws right and left-handed, but with his arm.
Arm and a leg.
Arm and a leg. If it's me, I run over the left side. Just road grade to the left side, pick up some yardage, breathe a little deeper, slow the game down.
Tracy in motion, play action. They're going to try to find Wilson in the flat, but it's incomplete. Throw looked to be a little bit rushed there, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Zan Parker came on a blitz for Buhl, and he came with his arms up, and they tried to run somewhat of almost a bubble screen as they slipped some of the blockers out. But Parker coming in with his arms up forced Vidlak to throw that thing in the ground, and good play one.
Yeah.
If you're Buhl.
2nd and 10 from the 8 for Fruitland. Momentum feels like it might be starting to shift.
The good news is there's some kids over there in the end zone, and they're having a heck of a time playing football. So
yeah, that's right. Screen pass is caught. Be a pickup of about 5 to Philpott, the junior. Puts Fruitland in a more manageable 3rd down here.
Yeah, 3rd down, but not giving it up. Still 3rd down, and Buhl, if they can get a stop here and force a punt, a 3 and out, all of a sudden things open up.
It would set them up in what could be their best starting field position of the night, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
3rd down and 4.
So man defense across the board, one safety high. They send the linebacker.
Vidlak on the move, pass caught by Wilson. He has the 1st down and then popped out of bounds at the 32.
That was close. He was out of bounds when he got hit. Coach Gross came flying, and there was like, hey. But good play call. Rolled him out. They slipped the running back out. He ran just basically an out route on the flat, and not enough men to cover him. As they were rolling over, they sent the blitz on that near side, so the man that should have been covering him not able to recover. Good play call. And breathing room, right?
Yeah.
Maybe control a little bit of this momentum.
Ball up to the 29 now. First set of downs here for Fruitland. 5:01 to play in the 3rd quarter. Play action. Vidlak with plenty of time. Loads one up. Has a man down the middle of the field, and it's dropped again. Philpott dropped his 3rd pass of the night, and he probably would have 3 touchdowns if he caught him.
I mean, listen, the reaction up here in the booth says it all. There was some dismay from that happening again. And listen, nobody feels worse than Philpott. Philpott has had that in his in the breadbasket multiple times, and he's their deep threat. You know, he is known to do that. He's done that all season long. Beautiful ball by Vidlak, right in stride.
2nd and 10. Vidlak rolls, tries to throw back to the opposite side of the field, just a bit too far for Sutton Fitch was the intended receiver. 3rd and 10.
Interesting play call. Yeah, it was a jump pass back, and that thing has to be thrown perfectly as it's just running right away from the receiver. It was an interesting play. I was wide open. The offensive lineman released his man and then came and was able to block, and it was wide open. I mean, he catches that, and there's a chance he takes it to the house, but really difficult pass because he had to catch that over his shoulder. I mean, that was like a true tracked out ball over your shoulder kind of thing.
3rd and 10. Send Tracy in motion. We'll go over to the far side. Vidlak to throw. Vidlak has time. Home run ball down the middle of the field. Philpott got it this time. And he's going to take this one to the house. Joel Philpott finally rails one in. 70 yards, touchdown Fruitland.
Boy, that's got to feel good for him. I mean, he still is reeling. Probably going to his quarterback. Look at him. He hugs. He's like, I'm so sorry, but brings that in, and nobody's going to catch him in the open field. And That's been open all night long, running just that post-go route. Puts one little move on the defensive back, and of course they have to respect the running game. Buhl does, and that leads man coverage on the outside and just releasing up the field. We'll see what they're doing. Looks like they're going to go for 2 here.
Yeah, they are going for 2. As Joel Philpott's 70-yard touchdown reception with 4:38 to play in the third quarter. We'll stack this one up in the I formation out of the motion. Tracy, the deep back, he's going to get the toss. Tracy didn't get it. And he is short, so we'll stay at 26-7.
Yeah, and I would say interesting play call because it's an atypical Fruitland formation, right? They're not an I formation team, and sometimes you wonder if maybe just going to what Old Faithful, if that would have worked out better for him. But with a 26-7 lead, 4:38 to go, Fruitland still in control in this one.
Yep, certainly. 4:38 to play, as you just mentioned. Back to a 3-score game.
Back to a 3-score game. Rooted in their community since 1904, D.L. Evans Bank is proud to serve Fruitland with hometown values and local decision-making. Stop by their full-service branch at 1307 Northwest 16th Street in Fruitland. D.L. Evans Bank, this is community banking. Treasure Valley Plumbing is fired up to support football. From big plays on the field to big fixes at home, Treasure Valley Plumbing's got your back. Call the hometown heroes of plumbing. Go Fruitland. We're going to save the fun one with the Tesnalitic. Tesnalitic family. That, by the way, Lucas, these guys catered my wedding, is what Sven's telling us.
Catered your wedding?
Not my wedding. Catered Sven's wedding, and you were there and you ate the food.
I remember it was terrific as well. They bring this one up from the 2, and here comes a flag. It's going to wipe out a long return down to the 39-yard line there. Dallas Price on the return. And I remember that name, Tesnalitic now. He was a running back for Fruitland 3, 4 years ago, maybe.
I think you're right. Yeah, Tesnalitic, that's right.
They played, we did a game. They played, it was called the Battle of Boise. It was an event that they were playing in. It was at Albertson Stadium. I can't remember who they played, but I remember Vidlak was a freshman, so it had to have been 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, and iterations of that. The Battle of Boise, now it's the Northwest, and then it turned into the West, and they've done a couple of iterations, and a couple of different teams have adopted it. Last year, they played the games. Remember, they played them at Rocky, Eagle, and
the Northwest Showdown. Rocky and Eagle, I think, were the 2.
I want to say Donald Larson Park too. Yeah, because Timberline played. That's right.
Yeah, Timberline
and Boise
both played.
Yeah.
1st and 10. Acevedo to throw. He's got a man wide open. Caught at the 50, and off they go. Touchdown, Buhl.
Well, I mean, I guess we're going to have a shootout.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun that way. 80-yard touchdown bomb, and that was just a blown coverage. I didn't even see it. I have this great big pillar in front of me, and I didn't even see what happened, but blown coverage. And taking it to the house. Who was that?
That was Castor Schilder.
Schilder, okay.
So the 2 Buhl touchdowns, a 70-yard touchdown reception from Wagner, and an 80-yard touchdown reception from Schilder. And Buhl not going away just yet. 4:16 to play in the third.
Well, it's kind of fun. I mean, it's making things interesting. 2-score game still.
On for the extra point here for Buhl. And they're going to run a fake. Acevedo rolling out, running out of time, has to throw it. It's incomplete. All right.
Well, I mean, I get it. You have to go for 2 at some point. So choosing to go for 2 now.
Yep.
I would rather run a play than a fake.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the execution works a little bit better, but, trying to catch him off guard. And unfortunately, Acevedo got absolutely murdered as he was trying to throw the ball. So he's a tough kid. He'll bounce back.
So puts the lead at 13. Now with 4:16 left to play in this third quarter. And where did this Buhl offense come from? 2 plays, 2 touchdowns.
It's impressive. I mean, he made the right read. He stepped up there, and I don't know if there was a signal. I couldn't see. Again, there are these pillars in front of me. But somehow he saw it. He took the snap, and he knew right away. I don't know where the blown coverage came from. I didn't see the route on the far side, and I don't have the replay to see it, but wide open. And
I looked up, and there wasn't a defender within 15 yards of him in any direction.
Yeah. Well, and here's the other thing, too, because Vidlak was in on defense, and he was trying to chase him down. Vidlak's fast, right? But Schilder ran away. Schilder ran away from him.
Tracy from the 9. Makes a man miss up the middle. Still on his feet, brought down to the 35.
This field is slick. I'm seeing a lot of slippage.
Yeah.
And
it is damp down there.
It is.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, the humidity. Apparently there was rain here this morning.
Well, it's stuck around. It's still on the field.
Need to try that thing out.
So 4:08 left to play here in the third quarter. This game has really slowed down, too, in terms of time. It feels like the first half, a lot of running, clock kind of moving quite a bit. This one making our way through a slow-moving third quarter.
Yeah, well, these quick strikes, I mean, we had a 71-yard touchdown. We had a 48-yard touchdown round by Vidlak. We had a 70-yard touchdown to Philpott finally. Got his. 71-yard touchdown pass and 80-yard touchdown pass. So these quick strikes and ball turning over, clock stops, might be for a long game.
Vidlak, quick pass, caught by Tracy. Pickup of 9, just short of the first down.
Boy, I love the way that the ball jumps out of Vidlak's hand. You watch him, and he stays big and tall. He's only about 6 feet, but a good athlete, but a very lively arm. And they talk about arm talent, but just the way he delivers it, it's a quick flip, and it throws a very pretty ball. It's like a shortstop that steps up there and just quick throw from his shoulder. But if he needs to rear back, and we've seen the long ball turn over, I just like the way the ball jumps out of his hand.
They gave him 10 yards, so first down and 10 for Fruitland. Vidlak with time. Steps out of the pocket. Here comes a flag, and Tracy brought down by his neck. And we'll see if they throw a flag here. Zan Parker at the tackle. It was certainly high, but maybe not illegal by the book.
Right. It wasn't illegal, and it didn't get him by the horse collar. He grabbed him by the top of his shoulder pad and brought him down. He left his feet. The trajectory threw him down. Obot's going to be called for a holdback, though, on it looks like the 30-yard line, right around the 30-yard line. So that's going to bring it back. No, I mean, was it a violent tackle? Yes. Was it illegal? No. Do you really want to teach a kid to tackle like that? Probably not.
Yeah. So 3:30 to play in the third quarter, and now this penalty is going to push Fruitland back behind the sticks. With Buhl trailing by just 2 possessions now. Clock moving down to 3:15. First and long. It's going to be a keeper for Vidlak. Throws a stiff arm and dropped it out of bounds. And here come late flags.
On the play.
Yeah, they're going to call for a tackle out of bounds.
That's
on
huge.
Porter Higley. Yeah, it's going to give him a first down.
2 of them came flying in.
Gain of 11 yards on the play.
It's a pickup of 11 for Vidlak. Now officials will discuss. I'm not sure that this was.
I don't know if it was
as
out of
late.
bounds. Yeah.
And Vidlak dropped the ball at the end as well.
Yeah.
And they are going to call a personal foul on Buhl.
Personal foul. They get out of bounds against the Indians.
Let's just be thankful that
You know, that's a tough one, right? Like, because the sideline doesn't have a big white stripe and you're running across the field. It's tough to see it. I did see, and I got to hand it to him. Juan Solis, he came in and he shoved he shoved Higley, Porter Higley,
afterwards. Didn't like the way he was treating his quarterback, but he could have been called for a penalty as well on the sideline. So Higley got up, walked away, and probably knew it was on him.
1st and 10 from the 39. Having to go to the turf to grab this one is Philpott. Pickup of about 3.
It's getting a little chippy down there.
Yeah, it is.
You know, we're seeing some players do some things that they might not normally do. I think a little bit of this pressure by Buhl, only down 13. By the way, if they would have kicked, yeah. I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to get it within a field goal is what they were trying to do. So, but that being the case, unfortunately, now they're going to have to leave it up to, touchdown and extra point. There you go.
They got to get off the field first.
They got to get off the field.
2nd and 8. This one from the 38. Vidlak, quick screen pass, caught by Tracy, steps out of the tackle, weaves his way through defenders down to the 24.
Tracy showing some elusiveness. He's tough to bring down. He's kind of shown that all night, taking some jet sweeps. They list him at 5'10", 170, but he's a well-built 170. And kind of keeps that low center of gravity.
It's another 1st down for Fruitland. And man, wouldn't you love to have those stops for Buhl that you got in the first half? Wouldn't you love to get a couple of them now?
Yeah, right now would be key. You get them to turn the ball over here, and with the way you've been able to just extend this thing and maybe throw the ball, seeing something that we didn't see, maybe it was something that they picked up at halftime. In the defense, it feels like Buhl has a chance to just long ball this thing.
1:38 to play. Vidlak to throw. Steps up in the pocket, delivers a strike down the sideline, caught by Wilson, and he's down to the 10. 1st down.
So that was a delay route by Wilson, and Vidlak did a great job looking off the defense, and he came back knowing that his running back coming out of the backfield wasn't being picked up. And he looked, waited, picked up a big block by Obot, and then came back to the left side where the running back had released late, and it was a big pickup, and you saw him just deliver a dart.
1:15 to play in the quarter. 1st and goal for Fruitland. A field goal keeps it a 2-possession game. Vidlak to throw, finds Wilson out of the backfield, runs through a defender, touchdown Fruitland.
Wilson, they have just not been able to pick him up out of the backfield all night long and just delivering. I mean, he's running some out routes, he's running delay routes, and he just knows his safety valve, and Wilson just dropping it to him every time. So 10-yard touchdown pass. And that with $1:02 left here in the 3rd quarter. By the way, I just got an update. It's 28-0 Coeur d'Alene over Madison in the first, with 1:35 left in the 1st half.
Wow. Vidlak on for the extra point. And it is up, and it is good. So 33-13 now. I said a few minutes ago, this is what 9-0 teams do. When you need to put a drive together, they go put one together. That's just what Fruitland did there.
Yeah, it's just what they did. And mind you, the only reason, 2 big plays, and they could be pitching a shutout here.
Yeah, yeah.
2 plays, and they still didn't cross the 50-yard line if it wasn't for those big plays. So this defense is playing up to par, and offensively, listen, we have a full quarter left, and they've already put 33 points up on the board.
Yeah, well on their way to their nearly 45-point per game average that this offense tends to put up on the board. This Fruitland offense, their season low is 28 points, and that came at Emmett back going into Labor Day weekend, and Emmett's a 5A school.
Yeah. Although it's interesting, Emmett, the smallest 5A school right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think the population base is only off by maybe 200 students. That separates these maybe 200-300. You know what? Let's look that up. You bring up a good point. I'm going to do that.
Give you some content ideas going into the
That's
fourth
right.
quarter here.
That's right.
This is a line drive kick. Pierce is going to have to go track this down, and look out. A big lane for Pierce. Up to the 50 and pushed out of bounds at the 45. Funky kicks, pushing players out of their lanes, and Pierce takes advantage.
Well, we talked about starting field position, and Fruitland
had held them behind their own 50-yard line. And right now, I mean, you got to take advantage of this. But doesn't it feel like Buhl has a little bit of offensive momentum now, maybe a little bit of life in them in the sense that maybe they feel some confidence in moving against this defense that they did not show in the first half?
They're going to have to keep the pedal to the floor here, trailing 33-13. A minute to go here in the third. Send Pierce in motion, and a flag flies in before this play gets started.
All right, here we go. You ready? I'm going to tell it right now. Okay, so Emmett was the average is 746. Okay? And Fruitland, this is coming off the Idaho High School Activities Association enrollment. And Fruitland coming in at, where did you go, Fruitland? Average is 541, so 200 students.
Not much.
Not much. 28-0 halftime. Coeur d'Alene up on Madison. Biggest school in the 3A or the 4A rank is Teton with 622. Kimberly with same 622. Then Snake River 609. Weiser 596. Timberlake 572. Sugar Salem 563. And then Fruitland 541.
It's a reverse pass. Ostravado down the field, wide open, caught at the 25, and then dropped. Ball is on the ground, and Fruitland picks up what they say is a fumble. Morgan Patet picks it up.
Here's the thing. If there were a replay in high school, that's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, now they're saying incomplete.
Yeah. And that's the right call. I mean, you don't like it at Fruitland, and we can hear the boos and the crowd. We may hear some other things come out of their mouths up here, but that was a shout out to our fellow boothers. But that was an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
Second down, 15.
So they say incomplete, so Buhl keeps the ball at its own 45.
Yeah, but Buhl, I mean, they're digging deep in the playbook now. You know, they're pulling it all out, and why not? You're at the end of the season. You have nothing left to hide. If you don't pull this out, it's going to be a false start. The center kind of short snapped the ball. I'm not sure what he was thinking. A lot of times the center is going to picks up the ball and rotates it, but that one looked like he actually made a move.
So pushing back 5 more yards, back to their own 40.
I mean, at this point, just deep balls. Like that's what's worked for you so far. And being able to move the football like they have, and even that play, say Acevedas wasn't able to get it there. You know, he put everything he had into it to get it there.
Second and long. Acevedo
There
rolls.
he goes again.
Throws this one down the middle of the field. That pass is caught at the 30.
Holy
Schilder goes up and
cow.
grabs it.
Yeah, Castor Schilder, and we saw him turn the Jets on at 6'1", goes up for the ball.
Buhl just won't go away.
That's right.
30 seconds to go in the quarter.
I mean, I think they're seeing something here. Attack deep. Let their defenders go for it, or let their receivers fight for the ball. I'd say keep going.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've scored twice that way already. The 3 biggest plays of the night have been long passes. They nearly had a 4th also a few minutes before that. Clock down to 7 seconds in the quarter. Be the final play of the quarter. Ostravado throws a swing pass. It's going to be caught in the backfield. This is Pierce, who's dropped after a short pickup. Clock hits 0. We'll head to the 4th quarter. Buhl on the move, but trailing 33-13.
All right, Grizzly fans, listen up. Meat and Potatoes Catering is proud to fuel Fruitland spirit, just like the, here we go, Tesnalitic family.
There we go.
Who've made someone at Fruitland Schools, who's had someone at Fruitland Schools for an amazing 66 years and counting. Next year it'll be 67 years and counting, with Coach Mike still leading the way, and Ellie, Madison, and Austin, all Grizzly grads. Meat Potatoes Catering with the Tesnalitics are Grizzly supporters for life. For the next event, trust the hometown team, Meat and Potatoes Catering. I'm just getting eyeballs for the 6-7 comment, and I should be.
about
That's
to,
awful.
yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for everybody listening right now. But listen up, meat potatoes. You got the 6-7. Grizzly potato fans. What? Grizzly football fans. Now is the time for lightning fast fiber internet with ultimate Wi-Fi from Farmers Mutual Telephone Company. FMTC offers free professional installation with 3 business days, no data cap, and plans that start at $60 a month. Don't delay. Call 208-452-2000 or explore plans at fmtc.com. Go Grizzlies.
All right, here we go with the start of the fourth quarter. Play action. Ostervito on second down. Rolls. Throws back across his body to the end zone. Jump ball is incomplete.
But again, all day. I mean, you've got to do it. That's how you've scored, and I don't blame him. If I'm the Buhl coaching staff, I say, okay, they're running straight man coverage. We're going to test our man versus them. I mean, listen, Fruitland has not even dropped a safety. They're just letting it go man coverage all the way down and fight for it. In fact, you even see Caster Schilder, he just points to himself, hey, that's me. I can win that ball. Give it to me again. Third and long, though, and this is 4-down territory. I don't care who you are. Keep going. I mean, you've shown now in the second half you can make those chunk plays. Right now, I like Porter Higley seam route right up the middle.
3rd and 9. Ostervito with pressure, steps up, unloads one down the far side. Jump ball, that pass is incomplete. It looked initially from here that they had made the catch, but the official says it's incomplete on the far side.
Absolutely love it. Just let it rain and go for it. I mean, they're seeing something right now that they hadn't seen in fighting these defensive backs. You got to go for it. I mean, this is great.
That was Ace Bauer who went up to try to get that one for Buhl. 4th down and 9. And Buhl has to go. They're going to go under center. They need 9 yards. And now they're going to spread it out. Fruitland wanted movement up front, didn't get it. Ostervito still under center. 5 receivers will be in the pattern, and now here comes
That's going to be a timeout. Yeah, timeout. Yeah, that's a smart play too, right? Think about it. You're okay. May need those later on, but this is a critical play. Absolutely critical.
Timeouts are kind of a moot point if you don't get this play, so may as well use it.
Yeah, set up the right play at the right time. All right, here we go. Founded in 1949, Pioneer Title Company is an employee-based company centered around going beyond culture, which fosters the principles of family respect and openness. Pioneer offers title and escrow products, long-term escrows, contract purchasing, foreclosure services, and, of course, the 1031 tax-deferred exchanges that we all know about. They provide services in Idaho, Oregon, Nevada, Washington, Wyoming. Call 208-452-7500 to set up an appointment. Pioneer Title is a proud supporter of Fruitland Athletics and want to wish them luck today in today's juego, or game, as they say.
There you go.
That's right. All right. We have one more, and I got to find it from, I don't have it.
We'll get to them later.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
11:44 to play here in the fourth quarter. 4th down and 9. Buhl has to go for it. And they will line up with twins out to the right, short tight end right as well. Ostervito to throw. Has some time, steps up in the pocket. He's going to run. Ostervito steps out of a tackle, has the first down to the 11.
Yeah, Acevedo read the defense. That was the first time I had seen Fruitland in the second half drop into a zone. They had 7 men in coverage, only rushing 4, and they played way back at the sticks. And Acevedo, Fruitland has to respect the deep ball now. Acevedo used his legs to create and extends this football game. I mean, 11-24, you get a score here. It's 23. You're only down 2 scores. If they can punch it in the end zone, and just a different football team in the second half.
Yeah,
these
certainly.
Buhl Indians just confident moving the football.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11, so they can still pick up a first down before a touchdown. Ostervito rolls. Sets his feet, has time, looking. Still looking, rolling out to the far side, and he's taken down. There's a flag in the secondary, but for the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be that'll be a defensive holding, and that happens when the play's extended like that and nobody comes open. Typically, that's going to be a defensive holding. The only other thing I can think of is a legal man downfield. Yeah, defensive holding.
Yep.
That's typically where you see that flag. And I'll tell you, Juan Solis came in and he just rallied Acevedo, and he was pretty proud of himself, too, after that. And made a great play, cut to the ball. But that's going to be, and that's another one that I should probably write down is why is that not a first down?
That's your proposal to the NFHS.
Hey, I'm going to make a difference. Watch this, man. I'm a man on a mission.
Yeah. And some national rule tweaks here across the nation. Started right here in Fruitland.
Well, listen, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. That's what they need to listen to me.
1st and 5 following the penalty. I formation, they'll go to the ground, left side to the goal line, and it's a touchdown.
Yeah, 5-yard touchdown run, and they look good. And I'm telling you, boy, he's kind of banged up, though. He got rallied to the ground. He got spun.
Yeah, that was Price for the touchdown.
So 5-yard touchdown run for Price. And you know what? That looked like a real drive, like a real run, offensive run as he got in the end zone, went behind his lead blocker, and
leads back to 14. It'll be 13 if they are able to make this point after, but still 10-13 to play in this game. So, again, still time here for Buhl.
I feel like I should just eat crow here because I said it feels like they're throwing in the towel. And they've done
started throwing it down the field. And
they started throwing something, right? Yeah. And it was the football, chucking it down the field and just making all the difference in the world. One big play has just spurred this offense. As soon as they hit that first touchdown, that 71-yard touchdown pass to Wagner, absolutely changed the whole face of the game for this Buhl offense, for this Buhl football team.
Javier Dominguez, the kicker, on for the extra point. And the kick is up and good for Buhl. Make it 20 points over the last 14 minutes.
If I'm a coach, I'm so proud of them right now. And on top of that, I'm impressed by the play calling, by the changing it up, because we talked about at the beginning they were going to be a run team. You have an 800-yard back, then you got to kind of grind it a little bit, and they've been everything but that in throwing the football, seeing something they liked and let Acevedo pushing the ball, let him push the ball down the field has been a huge change. All right, here we go. AmeriTitle is a trusted resource for title and escrow services in Pacific Northwest. Their mission is to provide superior title and escrow services with commitment, respect, and dedication to the associates, customers, and communities that they serve. The friendly staff at AmeriTitle in Fruitland say, "Go Grizzlies."
There's a penalty on the point after. Sorry, go ahead.
Was it? I didn't even see it. Yeah,
they're
okay.
They're going to kick this off from the 45.
Oh, all right, so it must have been a personal foul. Listen, not shocked is what I wouldn't put with this Grizzly fan base. I'd say maybe a little bit stunned, not having necessarily played a game this close. I mean, they beat Emmett, only scored 28 points, but listen, playoff football is.
And they might get the ball back, and they did. An onside kick goes off of a Grizzly and right into the hands of Porter Higley. 10 minutes to go, and Buhl, trailing by 2 scores, can get another one here.
Wow, Buhl pulling it all out to that off. And listen, that was a perfectly done kick right at him, make it difficult to receive it. Gone are the days of popping it up and running past it. Too many offsides. That one was kicked right at the Fruitland player. And boy, they had nothing to lose either. Think about it. With that penalty, even if they kick it and they receive it, they're still at the 35-yard line, right? So it's the right call at the right time. That's good coaching. That's good play calling on the Buhl side.
Oh, man. 10 minutes to go.
We got a game, boys and girls.
First and 10 from the 35. Best starting field position of the night. And they're going to try a shot play. It's caught inside the 10, reaching for the goal line. And it's a touchdown.
Holy cow. Holy cow. I cannot believe this football game. 35-yard touchdown pass. And that one went to Schilder again.
Wow.
10:01 left to go.
Schilder's second touchdown reception of the night, and there's still 10 minutes left in this game.
This is a wild football game. I did not see this coming.
Off for the point after here for Buhl Dominguez. And it is a one-score game. Extra point is up and good.
All right, let's flip the script a little bit. Let's talk about Fruitland, right? So what does Fruitland need to do right here? Well, listen, they've scored the football too. I mean, that's just a matter of catching an onside kick and then throwing one pass, and all of a sudden that's a 14-point swing.
Buhl is in this game off of 6 plays.
Well,
the touchdowns and the onside kick.
Yeah.
And one deep ball because they got one of the touchdowns on a run.
On a run. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 plays.
5 plays.
Yeah.
They have beat Fruitland on 5 plays. That's it.
Yep.
Fruitland's beat Buhl
on pretty much every other
pretty
play.
much every other play.
Yeah.
It's been 5 plays that has turned this whole face of this football game. And listen, you can't, I mean, it's not like they're doing anything wrong. I mean, I would roll safeties. I'd probably play a safety deep, and I'd roll them over to that side to Schilder if it were me. But, you know, having confidence in your defenders, you got to do it. But ultimately, Buhl has to get control of this football game again and drive the ball down.
Make it 27 points over the last 14 minutes for Buhl.
That's fun. I mean, that's good football. That's why you watch this. This is the playoffs, right? This is Fruitland trying to make a statement. And tell you what, they get through this game. If Fruitland gets through this game, talk about being a little galvanized, right? Like ready. If you don't play against anybody and you say you meet Sugar Salem in the championship, and you haven't played anybody,
yeah,
this could be a good. This could be a good thing for Fruitland at the end of the day.
Got to get through the next 10 minutes, though. They lead by 6. They get the ball back. It's back at their 20. Maybe a little bit of a regroup huddle there for Jordan Gross, the head coach for Fruitland.
Jordan Gross, the local guy, went on, had a fantastic career for the Panthers, played University of Utah, bringing just a wealth of knowledge to this Fruitland football team.
Keep it on the ground with Wilson. Wilson's got a hole. First down to the 35.
Boy, they called the there was a trap play, and they pulled Obot from his tackle position, and he let up the hole. And the unfortunate recipient of Kelvin Obot pulling up the hole was Dallas Price, the senior, and he's had a great game himself, but boy, he got leveled.
Yeah. First and 10 now from the 35, 9:40 to play in this game. Shotgun set for Vidlak. Vidlak will walk back up to the line of scrimmage, then back off. Running this play clock all the way down. Hand off to Wilson. Wilson wrapped up, dropped at the 38. Short pickup of about 3.
Again, chippy down there. These two teams did not play in the regular season. Obviously, 2 different conferences, and but Kimberly being the champion out of the same conference as Buhl. Buhl taking the 2nd seed out of that conference, 8th seed overall in this playoff bracket. Fruitland with the top seed, and again, Fruitland wins plays. I mean, they have done a good job of stringing it together. They've looked the part, but you said it, Lucas, 5 plays later, and
Vidlak on the keeper is up to midfield, down to the 49. You mentioned these two teams haven't seen each other this year. The last time they played, 2013 state playoffs in the first round.
2013? It's been 12 years.
Yeah.
That's why, and you know, that happens when you schedule because you have to play your conference, right?
Right.
And then anybody else, you kind of schedule one-offs, and a lot of times you have a home-and-home agreement, and
So, 12 years goes by.
12 years
Don't
go-
play anymore.
Hey, how you been?
Yeah.
Well, we talked a little bit about college football, and in high school football falls into the same thing. You only have 4 years sometimes, and there's a family. I mean, I'll have 4 years at Boise High. Ooh, big stop in the backfield.
This is going to be a loss of 5, maybe a little bit more. Fans want a flag that they don't get. They're going to call it a loss of 3, so they're going to give Wilson a few yards of forward progress.
Yeah, that was
8 minutes to go.
That was a frustration shove. That was a, hey, you've been bullying me around all night, and I finally got one on you, and I'm going to tell you about it. I don't like it. You know, if I'm the coach, I'm not happy about it, but was what it was. I'm glad they didn't call it. I don't know if that was the right time to call, especially at a pivotal moment like this.
Second down and 12, under 7.5 minutes to play. Fruitland with the lead and the ball. Play action, Vidlak with time. Throws a home run ball down the seam, passes incomplete, but a flag.
Yeah, so they're going to call pass interference, and it's because he didn't turn his head.
Yeah.
You turn your head, and he underthrew that ball. If he doesn't turn his head, if he turns his head, then that's not a call. Simple as that.
Yep. Philpott was the intended receiver. Now, maybe you'll add this one to your rule book change suggestions. Not a spot foul. It's pass interference.
Well,
Do you like that one?
Yeah, so I do like that. I mean, college football, in the NFL, it's a spot foul, right? And that's the way a lot of games change, and they do that on purpose because they want the ball to be moved. That creates more offense. But 15 yards, college football, it's the same rule. I'm actually okay with that because I'm the litmus. I know, how this game should be run, apparently.
First and 10, fresh set of downs following the penalty. Ball up to the Buhl 40. Here comes a flag. This is going to push Fruitland back 5 yards now with a false start.
Yeah, I didn't see who that was.
5-yard penalty brings up.
That might have been
on the left side.
Yeah, but I think that was the left slot took off early. I think he started moving too quickly. I don't think that was the offensive line.
7 minutes to play. It'll be a 1st and 15 following the penalty on Fruitland.
So if history repeats itself, you can expect Buhl to score quickly.
Yep.
So at this point, you want to run off as much time as you can if you're Fruitland.
Vidlak keeps, has some room, tripped over his own feet. Otherwise, he might have been off to the races, and here comes another late flag.
So I think 54 came by. I'm not sure what they're calling it here.
Flag came in after Vidlak had hit the ground.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm not sure what this is.
Well, I know it's going to be a personal foul, but I don't know. I didn't see it. Maybe it was just I was looking the other way.
Yeah, personal foul on Buhl. And these penalties for Buhl are just coming at the worst time. Pass interference, a personal foul, 33 yards just on those two penalties alone.
Coach Creasy's got to be pulling his hair out right here, and he's just in the ear of that line judge the whole time. And they got to be the line judge has got to be thrilled that he has to stop at the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
Whoop! Can't follow me down.
Sorry, what are you saying?
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
You're on the 35. I'm not.
Under 7 minutes to play, clock moving following the penalty. And here come more flags, and history repeating itself as a false start follows a 15-yard penalty.
Again, I think it's the receivers on the far side that are leaving too early.
It's a 6-point game, so a field goal does make it a 2-possession game.
Vidlak showed he has the leg.
Clock down to 6:35 as they put the clock into motion. But again, Buhl their touchdowns have come quickly.
Yeah, to say the least. The last drive, when they had the 5-yard touchdown run, I mean, that was a little boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the least of the.
Jeez. Can you at least make it 15 yards or more?
Another flag and a delay a game this time on Fruitland.
Trying to run the clock down and just not the discipline from the number one team at the 4A level that you'd think Coach Gross is. He's not thrilled with it. And he's saying, listen, we need a better countdown. I know what he's saying, because if you look, there needs to be,
Well, there's no play clock.
There's no
right?
play clock, number one. But what you have to do is you have to look at the referee, right? And he sticks his hand up at a certain time, and then he doesn't feel, and I'm with him. Well, actually saying how late or when was it started, when did the play clock start, but then you have to give us more,
more of a
heads up than you have, and when you're counting that off.
So you mentioned the Fruitland schedule and what they've had. They've only been in one-score game all year. And that was the win they had at Emmett. Otherwise, you have 49-13 over Kimberly, 50-7 over New Plymouth. These are two playoff teams we're talking about here. Another playoff team, Nampa Christian, 50-23. List goes on, 43-21 over Homedale, 34-12 over Weiser, 52-37 over McCall. I mean, these are all playoff teams that Fruitland has just run through. And here they are with 6 minutes left in a one-score game.
Yeah, and remember, Kimberly was the region champ out of the same region with Buhl, and they made him look silly. That game, I mean, a lot of things change as the season goes on.
First down and 20 following the two penalties. Vidlak rolls out of the pocket, and he's going to keep this one. Races up to about the 15 before he is brought down.
Yeah, offensive pass interference. So the receiver ran right at the defensive back and shoved him.
So this is even going to come back then.
Yeah. And that was way on the far side. In fact, it was the field judge on the far side. He threw it right in the middle of the play as Vidlak was moving to his left.
It's a personal foul against Fruitland.
Must have grabbed his face mask when he shoved him, yeah.
So this is going to cost him 15 yards.
Holy
and it's
cow.
going to push it all the way back to the 41. They have to get inside the 10 to get a first down.
Oh, my gosh.
Brings up first down and 35.
Here is the opportunity if you're Buhl to get the stop you need.
Yeah. But at the same time, if you're Fruitland, it's first down, right? You can run off. You can take this thing under 3 minutes.
5:40 to play. Clock is moving. First down and 35 here for Fruitland. A personal foul, a delay a game, and a false start. Penalties have killed the Grizzlies the last 3 plays. Vidlak is going to take off to the
Slide.
30, and he stays in bounds, I think. That's all the way on the far side from us.
Yeah. I was just saying, you got to slide, dude. Hit the ground.
Here comes another flag.
And that
This
one's good.
Well after the play.
Yeah, that one's going to be on Buhl. So that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. That's going to be on the coaching staff, and then that's going to give him a first down.
What a killer that is, if that is.
Well, no, actually they don't. They go by the 15 yards. So, I mean, they'll be 2nd and 5.
Still, it was 1st and 35.
Yeah, Coach Creasy, he's got to be careful here. Yeah.
And it is on Buhl. And you're right, it's not a first down just yet, but that's how far Fruitland had to go to get a first down. Last few plays have just.
Listen, this is being objective from up here. I don't know what he's complaining about. His team has gotten away with stuff. His team's had stuff called on him. And he has been in the ear all night long, and he just cost his team 15 yards.
At a critical spot,
At a critical spot. And he is a heck of a coach. He's made some great calls. I respect it as that. But and I get the pressures on, right? I mean, this is quarterfinals. This is a chance. I mean, you have the best team up against the ropes-ish, kind of, with a chance to score. But he's got to be careful here and help his team out.
So 5:15 left to play. What was a 1st and 35 is now a 2nd and 5.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, here we go. Went final. Rocky beats Eagle 13-6.
Wow.
Rigby up 35-21 over Mountain View, and Timberline beats Middleton 21-7.
Okay. So semifinals starting to take shape across the state.
And it looks like Coeur d'Alene's going to run away with a 35-0 at the end in the third. So
this is a run with Wilson. Didn't get much. And a big-time 3rd down coming up. But first, a stoppage for what appears to be an injury.
I think Buhl took a timeout, right?
That's what it has to be.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Officials timeout. Okay, so then they're going to run the clock. Man, when the whole team comes over to the sideline, it looked like a real timeout.
I know. So Buhl still with 2 timeouts. This is a big 3rd down. 3rd down and 5. 4:38 left to play in the game. Fruitland is in what I would call field goal range for them.
Yeah, Vidlac has got a leg, man. I was impressed.
Clock down to 4 minutes and 22 seconds. As Vidlac winds this all the way down. He's going to keep it off the left side. Vidlac, here come flags as Vidlac goes into the end zone, and this one likely comes back.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold. Holy cow.
And that's a killer for Fruitland.
I can't believe how sloppy this has been. This
last
last
few minutes.
5 minutes has been brutal.
4:14 left to play in this one, and this is going to take 10 yards.
So, I mean, I'm going to say it too. Fruitland is better than this, right? I mean, they are absolutely better than this. I feel like Buell's kind of knocked them off their game a little bit with this, with a deep ball and attacking them, and it just kind of has them, I guess the term is discombobulated. But they are a better football team than this from what we've seen throughout the year. But, I mean, all credit to Buhl getting them off their mark. And listen, 3rd and long again. I mean, to 2nd and 5, and now it's 3rd and 5. This is wild.
I know. 3rd down and 15. Vidlac to throw, has plenty of time. He's going to escape the pocket. He's going to take off. Vidlac has the corner. More flags come in as he goes into the end zone. Oh, my goodness.
Gosh.
Wow. And another touchdown is going to get wiped off the board. I mean, this is one way to run out the clock, I guess.
But worse than anything, you're not letting these kids play, right? Like they're not determining it themselves. Okay, so they're going to wave it off. Yeah, they're going to call it a touchdown. So we had somebody in the booth here say he fell on him. The guy tripped and then he fell, which may be the case. And
now here's the next question: did he score? I thought he was in the end zone.
Yeah, so then
it is a touchdown.
Okay, so that's going to be what?
It's going to be a 20-yard touchdown.
20.
Run. Yep. And that Buhl coaching staff again. Josh Creasy, the head coach, letting those officials on that far sideline hear their opinions. And Fruitland looks like they're going to go for 2. 4:04 left to play in this one.
Go for Dos. If you've watched any football this year, go for Dos. Dos Equis commercial.
And this one is in for the 2-point conversion. 41-27 with 4 minutes to play. What a weird series that was.
Yeah.
And that's another $100.
Yeah, I really don't have anything to break down.
Yeah.
Because I don't really know how the score, I mean, was it real? Was it not real? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, he kept the ball, and he saw a crease, and he ran for a touchdown. Okay.
Yeah.
20 yards. That he did twice.
Yeah, and really both sides, the flags for Fruitland and Buhl put both teams in really tough positions. You know, Fruitland had a 1st and 35 at one point, and then you have a personal foul penalty, which came from the Buhl sideline that made it a 2nd and 5 and basically bailed Fruitland out. Then you have the holding penalties that push Fruitland back. And
let's just do the math. Let's just do the math. So that was total penalties. So we had pass interference was 15.
Yeah.
And then there was a hold, so there were 25. And then they had the offensive pass interference or personal foul, so now we're at 40.
Yep.
And
you
then
had 2 pre-snap penalties.
2 pre-snap.
So that's 10.
Okay, so we're
10.
at 50. And this is just 50 yards. The ball that moved 50 yards, right? And then they had the holding. No,
They had the first touchdown they got taken back.
Taken back. So that's 10. So we're at 60.
That's 60 penalty yards on that drive.
No, more than that. More than that. Because then they had the unsportsmanlike. That's 75. There's another flag.
Yeah,
so there's 75. And then there was the penalty at the end. 80.
80 penalty yards on
80
one drive.
penalty yards in that last set.
Wow. Just on one team.
No, that was both,
both teams?
combined.
Okay.
Yeah, 80 penalty yards. Yeah, 80 penalty yards total going back and forth. I mean, however on each one, I don't want to go through the math again, but that was a bizarre series of events. And now that one, he fumbles it out of bounds, but I don't think that that's a penalty unless something else happened along the way. He could, he didn't field it.
It's another personal foul.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so that happened. So now we're at 95 penalty yards in the last,
series of a kick.
4 minutes?
Yeah. It's a lot of flags.
I don't even know if it's 4 minutes.
I know. Well, 4 minutes are left in this one.
So what? I mean, it basically ruined the flow of a really fun football game, right? All the flags.
Yeah. Acevedo to throw on first down. This pass is caught by Schilder. Clock moving under 4 minutes to play. Buhl has had the quick strike offense here in the second half. They're going to have to keep that quick strike to get back in this one now, down 2 scores once again, under 4 minutes to play.
Buhl in the shadow of their own goalpost, and that's never. Yeah, you're looking at me going, go. I mean, if you're Buhl, you got to go. Like, you can't even huddle. You step up and you call play, and you just sling it deep. I mean, what's going to change?
Clock down to 3:23 now. They took 30 seconds to run a play.
And rolling to the short side of the field?
Pass on the move is caught. A late flag comes in. Well after the play. For the moment, the pass is caught just short of the first down. Schilder on the catch once again.
Oh, boy. Sideline warning. I mean, okay, that's legit. The hard part, too, is like I talked about, if you see a lot of the turf fields, it's built in. You have that big white stripe, right? You can see where you need to be and where you are. But if you don't paint the field completely, it
is a pretty thin white line down that
Yeah.
side. Sure, I hear you. Clock down to 3 minutes. Acevedo to throw. Throws this one down the near sideline, out of bounds. Just looking for Maddox Price.
Yeah,
Or Higley, rather.
Yeah. My heart goes out to Dallas Price. He's had to deal with Obot a couple of times tonight. And on that one, they released Obot. Obot had to pick him up. Dallas Price he says he's a $180, and maybe, but he's 5'9", 180. And on that time, he had to pick him up, and he just kind of ducked his head and stood in the way. But he's the same one that Obot pulled up the hole and just absolutely obliterated. And Price like, I hate my life.
Yeah, Obot, a future Big 12 product on his way to the University of Utah. Ostrevedo is going to go down. Wassel won on the sack. Clock down to 2:45.
Yeah, you got to be on the ball right now. Be on the ball.
And they're,
I mean, and walking.
And they're huddling.
And walking.
2:30, clock moving.
And see, these are the moments where I say it looks like Buhl's not playing to win, right? And then they turn around and they rip off 15, 21 points, but
here comes a 75-yard touchdown.
Yeah. But it just feels like it would be 85-yard touchdown.
Oh, yeah, you're right, 85.
Yeah.
Snap on the ground, and Ostrevedo had nowhere to go. Clock hits the 2-minute mark. Third down coming up. Check that fourth down coming up. This is it.
Yeah, wheels have kind of come off a little bit for Buhl, but listen, I talked about it. I mean, Fruitland won the majority of the game, other than how many plays we give them? 5 plays? 5 plays. Yeah. Outside of 5 plays, Fruitland has controlled this football game to the point where you can see the fatigue in Buhl, bad snaps and whatever you want to call it.
And now they call a timeout with 1:30 to play. I mean, they ran, 30 seconds off the clock to get the play in, and then they used a timeout. They've used 2 minutes to go 10 yards.
Yeah. Yep. And for as many great calls as Coach Creasy has had tonight. By the way, it's getting a little chilly up here in the booth.
Yeah,
when we got here, it was pleasant. That sun goes down and it cools off. But Coach Creasy's done a great job of getting his team ready to play, finding, maybe exploiting some things that they saw. But, and it may be, too, that he sees the writing on the wall. Like, I don't know how much we have left, I don't know what the situation is. But these last couple of minutes have not been indicative of how he is coached in the second half.
Clock down to 1:34. Buhl with 1 timeout remaining. It is 4th down and 10. Acevedo to throw. Pass over the middle is intercepted. Picked off by Kason McKenzie. And he's brought down inside the 15. And that'll do it.
And if I'm Fruitland, I take no chances, and I just take an E. Yeah. But they won't. Fruitland made the adjustment, right? They dropped back into the zone defense. They dropped more men into coverage. They had the free safety, and that was the free safety with the interception. And he just kind of roamed, and he just watched him, and he stepped in front of it. And Acevedo didn't have anywhere to go with the ball. It was a 4th down, so it didn't matter if he threw the interception. He had to push the ball forward. Yeah. So, he did what he had to do. But Fruitland finally settling in. It kind of got rocked. You talk about a heavyweight fight. Got punched a few times. Maybe their back was on the rope a little bit. They've seen the stars for a minute, and then finally head clears, and the better boxer's going to prevail. But Buhl gave them everything they could handle.
Victory formation here for Fruitland. As they take a knee, they'll have to take a couple more. And the Grizzlies will move to 10-0 on the year.
10-0 and setting up the showdown with, if things go through, right?
They reseed here.
They reseed?
Yeah, this classification reseeds. So they will get the lowest remaining seed.
Right. But what I was going with this is if it holds true, then Sugar Salem, they could meet in the state championship. Yeah, that's where I was going with this. This is setting up a showdown for the state championship.
Which, what a matchup that would be.
Oh,
if we get that one.
Talk about fun.
Lack will take one more knee. He'll have to kneel on it one more time as the clock is under 40 seconds.
Hey, you know what? I'm proud of him. I mean, for as chippy as it got and the heat of a playoff battle, they're high-fiving each other and giving each other props and good luck. And if you're the team that gets beat, you always want the team that beats you to win.
Yeah.
Right? Makes you look better.
And that's going to do it. Vidlac sits on it one more time, and your final score here tonight is 40-27. Step aside just for a moment on IdahoSports.com. We'll come back and award our IdahoSports.com player of the game as Fruitland is on to the state semifinals for the first time since 2017. They beat Buhl here tonight 41-27. Back for more on Idaho Sports after this. Back here for the post-game show on IdahoSports.com. Your final score, 41-27. Fruitland defeats Buhl in this one. Fruitland was the better team except for 5 plays in this one here tonight.
Yeah, and you said it. You said it best. Fruitland was a better team, and you could see it. But Buhl gave them everything they could handle, and I talked about it during the game, which is, Fruitland needs this. They need to kind of get punched around a little bit. So as they move further and play probably some tougher and some better teams, they're going to be a little bit more galvanized. They're going to know how to respond. They hadn't had any kind of challenge for quite a while, and maybe put a little chatter and some teeth here versus with the Fruitland faithful. I didn't think the game was in question. I was excited about the way they played, but the players played out. They showed up, and Vidlac and Obot definitely showing why they are who they are, and a job well done tonight.
So the 4 teams into the semifinals here in the 4A classification are obviously Fruitland as they defeat Buhl here tonight. Sugar Salem, who just waxed Snake River earlier today. Homedale beats Weiser 30-22, and Kimberly beats American Falls 42-0. So your semifinals are going to be Fruitland and Kimberly, and Homedale and Sugar Salem. Homedale Sugar again. This time in the semis. So.
Well, in perspective on that is Sugar's good, right? They're a good football team. Their sole loss came versus, I believe it was Star Valley over in Wyoming.
Yeah, they do have 1 loss.
Yeah,
Despite that loss, though, they're still number 1 in the media poll, but Fruitland number 1 in the Max Prep.
In the Max Prep poll, and I think that's what matters in terms of the seeding. But so Sugar is a good football team. They're going to go against a Homedale team that, again, the SEC of 4A is what they came from, and so their 2 losses were to really good football teams. And then ultimately on this side, you're going to get a really good Fruitland football team who showed with Vidlac he can do it with his arms, he can do it with his legs. I think the great game breaker is Vidlac's leg, his explosiveness with his legs. And he almost runs to set up the pass at times, or pass. Sorry, let me reverse that. He passes to set up his run. Both are very explosive. I mean, tonight he had a 48-yard touchdown run. He had two 20-yard touchdown runs. One of them was called back, and he had the 2-point conversion.
So that's a good segue into our IdahoSports.com play of the game today. It's presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game, whether you're on the road or on the field. Be in the moment and free from distractions. Kind of alluded to it. Hard to go with anyone else when they score basically all your points.
Yeah. So, we're going to go with Vidlac. I mean, he scored, and I was just kind of tallying the points. Again, he's the kicker, and he did a heck of a job. I mean, he was on point all night. He scored 25 points.
Wow.
25 total points. Now, he alone would have just lost the game by 2. The final score being 41-27, but we're going to give the player of the game to Titus Vidlac, scoring 25 points. He had 1 passing touchdown, 2 rushing touchdown, a 2-point conversion. He kicked how many extra points? He kicked 1 field goal and 4 extra points.
Yeah. So Titus Vidlac, our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2025 Idaho High School football playoffs on the NFHS network. This postseason broadcast is presented by Project Filter, your local Toyota dealer, Your Health Idaho, Next Steps Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Program, the Idaho Bowl, Valleywide Cooperative, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. This broadcast was made possible by the great supporters from all the local businesses and partners we heard from here tonight. Special thanks to the staff here at Fruitland for their hospitality and helping us get this game broadcast to you tonight. Congratulations one more time to Titus Vidlac, our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Thank you one more time for joining us tonight. Your final score, Fruitland 41, Buhl 27. The Grizzlies are back in the state semifinals for the first time since 2017. For Ryan Luke, my name is Lucas Gephardt. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you next time.